Real quick. Yeah, man. Hold up. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, man. Let me see. What the hell I just do? What the fuck did I just do? Oh, hell no. I just did some bullshit. Peace to the Aborigines, man. Just give me a few seconds, man, and we'll get the show started. Just messing around with something real quick. All right, man. Going, Chief, what's good with you, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. I can't complain. How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
I'm coolin', man. You know, same old, man. You know. Oh, so.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the American Aborigines, man. People paradise, man, to the tribe. You know, so we definitely appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, that's the Tribe Up app. Go to Tribe Up app. Tribe Up app. And join the tribe, man. Start your tribe, man. Yeah, man. We're trying to get things. Shout out to the family that follows. And gratitude, of course. Shout out to Toxic one, man. I was in that work, man. But yeah,
thanks, my brother. I appreciate you, man.
People are definitely waking up, man, and being able to have confidence and, you know what I'm saying, and just references to our claims, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times people look at us like we're crazy, right? But because we got so much scholarship and so many, you know, things that we use as evidence to help us out, man, just help us put us in a better position, man, to get power, man. And the first thing is socially being able to do it. Yo, hey, I was gonna ask you, did you ever have any case one of the Garfield bills he did, and then he called the Census Bureau? Did you catch that one?
No, I ain't said though. What that was about?
Okay, so you know he's banging Dane's name in his mouth, man, and then it's like the Abos, they call it Abo. They talking crazy like that or whatever, right? They're just trying to discredit what we're saying. So he said, man, these people think they're crazy. They think they can just be Indians of the 2020 census. I'm about to call the Census Bureau and see what's up. We call it live on air. So ring, answer the phone. And he was like, yeah, you know, my name's Garfield. And yeah, I just recently found out. So I just recently found out that I'm an Indian. What do I need to do to change my status like that? The dude says, hey, just check the box. He said, that's it. Yeah, that's it. He said, okay, have a great day. Click. He gets off the call. He's like, yeah, see right there, y'all. That's why they're so dangerous right there, man. I was like, yo, man, where they find these characters?
And that's what he. See, you know what though? Like I said yesterday, Garfield need to go back and study his culture in Jamaica, as the our watch, instead of coming here keep on trying to cause confusion against us. He don't get it. We get it. So this shit, it's not that.
We already on that.
It's not, but it's not that complicated. Look. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. It's black people here. Who are you to say what the black people look like? I got images of black people with afros. So, I mean, if you can't understand that, if you can't look at the images that I put up there and show you, none of these motherfuckers look like no Mongoloid. They don't even look like the black Indians that they show you with long hair. That's why I try to stay away from that shit. That's why I don't, you're never going to see me post no black picture next to one of these fake, these dark-skinned Indians with long hair. You're not going to see me do that because them motherfuckers, some of them look like us. As a matter of fact, you know what? Should we just going on this? Let me see something real quick. I mean,
I mean, there's so many things to debunk, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you, though. But at the end of the day, you got to know your history, man. You got to know what we talking about. You can't come up here. Man, I did 5 DNA. If so, why didn't you stop at the first DNA test you took? Why did you have to take 5? Why you had to give him more money?
He wanted to see to make sure. That's what he said. He wanted to make sure that he was what he was. So he wasn't sure from the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So he had to take a 5th one. So I just asked the question to lead me to believe since you took that many. Are you sure now? Yeah, that works.
He wasn't.
Yeah, man, there's too much dumb shit going on in the community. And they talking about they the Adjustment Bureau. That's crazy.
Who they adjusting? I mean, like I said, they do that shit for views, bro. Ain't not, at this point in time, all that shit that side nothing to do is for views, man. Ain't nobody buying into that shit, man. I mean, it's either you understand or you don't understand. You are indigenous to this landmass. Don't let them keep playing with you and keep lying to you and keep switching it up to their, you know what I'm saying, to their dismay, because what's going to happen, people just going to be more confused. That's why, you know what? I'm not worried. Fuck them niggas. I'm not worried about debating them. I could care less about Garth. I could care less about Sinetta. I do not give a fuck about them. And really, I'm gonna stop mentioning them on my platform because, like I said, these dudes. How long Dagger Squad been? Like I said, it's not about views, but it's about like people know bullshit. People know bullshit. 1 minute, the basis of research is peer-reviewed study. The next minute, it's not peer-reviewed study. Next minute, you say, oh, well, some peer review is... No, hold up. What? So where are you deriving your information from? Where you deriving it from? Either you getting it from them, and then that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they want to keep on setting... They want to keep moving the goalposts and shit. I ain't got time for that shit, man. The shit is already proven at the 15,000 subscribers... 300, almost over 300 and videos. What do I got 300 videos? I don't know how many fucking videos I got. Well, I guess around like 300 something videos. Nonetheless, though, people see it, people believe it, and people gravitate towards the truth. It ain't nothing about nobody sitting up there giving you some false hope about, you know what I'm saying, about who you are and who you're not. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you see the title? The title of this video is... The title of this video is I am American and you are a U.S. employee, aka a citizen of the corporation. Okay? So we all know what the word American means. And if you don't know, well, let's go to the Summer Jam screen. You gotta always show this. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You got so many critics out here. They don't want this shit getting out because it's over with for their information. You still running around here talking about you're African, you still running around here. And we already showed you that the word African is not even a real fucking that's some shit that applies to North America. I mean the northern part of what we consider that continent to be. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So no, we got to go back here, Webster 1828 dictionary again, like for the millionth time. The word American originated, Chief, mute your mic. As we go ahead, the word American originally applied to the Aborigines or copper color races. Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. People still don't understand what the fuck the word Aborigine means. You understand what I'm saying? And then even when you start looking up words like Negro, right? Now, they will tell you this, right? They will tell you Negro, a member of a black skin, no, a member of a black skin race of Africa, right? It say 1550 from Spanish or Portugal, Negro, black, from Latin. It say black, dark, stable, dusty, fugitively, gloomy, unlucky, bad, wicked, of unknown origins, okay, of unknown origin. It says an adjective from the 1590, the use of a capital N became general early 20th century, okay? It say in reference to U.S. citizens of African descent. Now I say in reference the U.S. citizens of African descent. It say, but because of its perceived association with white imposed attitude, the role of the word outed late in the 1860s. I mean, 1860s. All right. So what does it say? First of all, we know when we look up the word Africa, right? We look the word Africa up. Look this word up real quick. Check it out. Africa, the noun. All right. Now they tell you the Carthaginian territory, the province of Africa, Africa as a continent. They go down here and say word of uncertain origin, okay? Meaning that they don't know where the fuck the word come from, because it's an etymology dictionary, right? So why not seeing a date for this word? Now they say Africa, terra. Terra means earth. So they trying to say that the whole earth was Africa. Is that what they saying? But you don't see a date for it. It says the word of uncertain origin, right? But even when you go to the word Negro, right? We go back here real quick. We're gonna play with some words today. I like doing this. Back here, real quick. It says right here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get where I was at. It says, all right, right here. It says, in reference to U.S. citizens of African descent. We're African descent. This is how they play these trickery games with us, by telling you, oh, because the word slave is automatically connected to the word African, and the word African. Check it out. Let's look the word slave up. Meaning most people already have been playing around with this dictionary long enough. You already know what it is. Now, we want to go to this one, because it's 3 different meanings of it. You go to this one, right? 13th century, a person of chattel property, it say of another, right? It say from mid-Latin, salvage, slave. It say French, enslaved, Spanish, in whatever. It say originally Slav. See, Slavs, right? Now look, it says see, Slav. It says so used in the secondary sense because of the many Slavs sold into slavery by conquering people. Okay? Now, why is this word only attached to us? Why is this word only attached to us? Now, look, check it out. We're going to go down. We're going to go down right here, right? It say Old English. It say Brixton. Also begin to use it in sense of a serf slave. It said which can mean slave. Apparently, it's connected. It say go down, say glossary 1785. It said has under Negro, a blackamoor, a fugitively used for slave without regardless the race. More common Old English word from slave. It say with pure. All right, when you go down, Slavic word for slave. All right, now understand. You see nothing in this definition or the etymology of the word slave that's telling you have anything to do with Africa. Nothing. Nothing. It say a person of chattel property of another, right? This is what it say, 13th century, right? It says, see, salva. So used in secondary sense because of the many Slavs sold into slavery by conquering people. So where the fuck? Why the fuck do they automatically attach this word to Africans? Why? Because they don't want you to know that you're indigenous to this land, you're not a slave, and you're a POW. Okay? And that's even when you look up the word Negro. When we're going to go back to the word Negro, girl. Go back to the word Negro. Okay? Now, it says right here again. It says in reference to U.S. citizens of African descendants, but because of its perceived association with white imposed attitude, the role of the word ousted late in the 1960s. All right, now check it out. Right now, like I tell people, right, us here in North America, we've been colonized by the English. Okay, even though the Spanish did come to Louisiana, the Spanish did come to France, I mean, Florida and certain parts, but most of it, the English took over all of them regions in which the Spanish was at. They kicked the Spanish and the French out. Right? So why are they calling us Negro? Why do the English call us Negroes? Because I already explained to people on many occasions, because of Sir Francis Drake and John Hawkins. John Hawkins was robbing the Spanish vessels as they leave the island of Espanol, or what you call South America. They was robbing these vessels looking for gold, and in the process, they was finding Negroes, okay? And they will bring them to Virginia, okay? And this is even with the story of what Chief always talk about, the story of, what's the fucking story about the Cuban vessel, man? We always talk about, Chief.
The Amistad,
Exactly, Amistad. Exactly, Amistad.
So Amistad, yeah.
That story, like, yo, I'm gonna go this far, right? This is what I'm gonna say, right? Honestly, I don't even believe they even brought any Africans over here, man, because I'm starting to think that because they was moving us around, the people who they was bringing back was people that was already sent. Either they was already, because this is what they would tell you. They would tell you that they was bringing people from the West Indies. So the Africans brought the West Indies, and then they, from West Indies, they would bring them to America. But see, the problem is this. The English wasn't fucking with the French, the Spanish, or the Portuguese. So we know that that story could not be true, because they would, the English was warring with them. Was the English, and the English was not in business with them. Okay, so we know that story's not true. But one thing I can say is, once the English came here for the land. We didn't want them to have the land. Certain cases, some of the fucking renegade Aborigines, they did give them land, and they did, as a result, as we see in many cases, many instances, they was warring against us, taking the land. They said that the English said, well, give us the land and you can keep the slaves or whatever. So in most cases, that's what was happening. But understand this, when they came here, just like we talk about the Pequot, we talk about King Philip War, what they say they sent them at. All these people, when you hear the accounts of the English, where are they saying they sent them at? They're saying they sent them to West Indies, okay? And then you think that once they sent them to the West Indies, that they were still a Pequot? What if that Pequot never came back? What if the people who was there at some point in time forgot who they was, or not even forgot who they was? They really wasn't even concerned, because who they was really didn't even matter. They just was trying to survive at this point in time. So they would send you as a Pequot, send you to West Indies, Barbados, or Bermuda, or, you know, like I said, West Indies, then bring you back here. And then when they bring you back, you think you was a Pequot? The story that these motherfuckers is telling, according to their lies and everything, oh yeah, but most of the Indians, after they got out of slavery, they was able to claim their fucking, they was able to go back to their tribe. Stop lying. You was enslaving people from 1492 all the way to 1880. So you mean tell me them people who was in bondage was never able to get back their statuses? And that's the reason why you don't see them on that damn census. Because the reason you don't see them on the census is because they classify everybody as black. 1002s, meaning you had no right, no standing in law, no black. The same thing we go here. Go right into the Dred Scott case, all right? Well, we're gonna go into that, all right, people. We're going today. All right. So look, the Dred Scott case, the Dred Scott decision was a culmination of the case of Dred Scott versus Stanford, one of the most controversial events preceding the Civil War. In March 1857, the Civil Court issued a decision that in that case, which has been before the courts by Dred Scott, it say a slave, really a POW, it say who have lived with his owner in a free state before returning to a state of Missouri. It say Scott argued that the time spent in a free state entitled him emancipation. Now remember, emancipation only means changing ownership to another ownership, right? But that's the word they chose to use. It say, but the court decided that no black, free, or slave could ever claim United States citizenship. Okay, it said, and therefore blacks was unable to petition in courts for their freedom. It said the Dred Scott case decision abolished and heightened the northern south tension. Okay, now that's just a preamble of it. All right, now they telling you right here. It says no free or slaves could ever claim United States citizen. Now people would say, well, hold up, Tantra, right? We got the 14th Amendment. So the 14th Amendment allows you to be citizen. No, it did not. The 14th Amendment was properly ratified. You need 20 out of the 37 states to vote yay, which 21 only voted yay. And then the other, you want to say the other 16 states, it was supposed to be 28 of the 37 states to vote yay, which that never happened. So it was never even properly ratified, okay? But even when you go into this, why they're telling you could never be a citizen, it's the same thing when you read this general civil order, right? Now check this out, right? This is the general civil order. Now I want to go back to the top real quick just to show y'all. I read this a couple of times. I've been going over this the last couple of days. Let me just find exactly where I was reading from. I believe it's right here. It's right here. Yes, it is. All right, here we go. All right, and like I said, I'm gonna keep reading this shit because this shit is very interesting. All right, it said according to 1824 Webster Dictionary, the word federal was synonymous for contract. At the time the original Constitution was written, all constitutions are affirmations of debt. It say in this case, the debt of the state assumed when they created the federal government and jointly agreed to pay for the services that it would provide. The office of the president had always been uniquely commercial office, not head of the state. Okay, who's the head of the fucking corporation? Who the head of Pepsi? The president. Who the head of AT&T? The president. Who's the head of any of these corporations or any of these Remember, the United States is corporations, not a country. The country is America. The United States is occupying the American territory, right? So that's why they had to strip you being the Aborigine, the Indigenous, the Tanchan. That's the reason why they put them labels of black on, because black is servitude or ownership, right? Let me keep on going. Because the federal government services company is privately owned and operated by shareholders known as electors. We went over this. It say have a real say in elections, and administration only trustees known as members of Congress. Okay, it says have the right to determine how the national trust assets protected, though they obligated as trustees to do a reasonable job of it. It say and only the states have the right to complain. To complain if any stipulated services aren't up to par. So we cannot complain shit, right? But check this out as I go down. It said American people are known simply as inhabitants, okay? Inhabitants of the domestic states. It say or state citizens. It say have always been separate and distinction population apart from the United States citizen or federal citizens. They say in these two groups, a third kind of citizen was added in 1871, that of the U.S. citizen, right? Let me read a little bit more. All right. Now, it says the corporation. Let me read this right here. Let me see something. Matter of fact, I'm going to read this. It said, following Civil War, the government services company providing the services agreed to by the state reorganized as a corporation, DBA, doing business as the United States of America Incorporated, and published its article as published its articles, put it on record. It say as the Constitution of the United States of America, unlike the Constitution for the United States of America. The Constitution of the United States of America is a document peculiar to the new municipal. It say that is the city of state government, force administrators, the affairs of the District of Columbia, and the federal territories of the possession. The corporate constitution provides for the creation of a new kind of federal citizen, say United States citizen, and from the point onward, from the perspective of the new federal municipal government formed by the Act of 1871. That's what made the United States citizen. American state citizens and inhabitants of the domestic 50 states were regarded as non-resident aliens. It say the same corporation, DBA, doing business as the United States of America Incorporated charter in Delaware, began operating two separate governments at once. The municipal government of the District of Columbia. Now remember, they tell you that the United States is only the 10 by 10 square miles of the District of Columbia, okay? So it says, and the federal government owned the state of the Union, both under the aspect of the U.S. state constitution. Now check this out. Check this out. Go down. All right, right here. Now check this out. It says American Negroes, okay, have in the past been considered U.S. citizens because that is the only citizenship they were ever granted at the Civil War, a grave error of the justice that resulted in them having civil rights, which are privileges granted. So they gave you privileges on your own land because you think you are African. You don't even know you're a Tanshan. The United States is of America. The United States is occupying American territory. Who are the Americans? Who are the Americans? According to Webster Dictionary, the 1828 version says America originally applied to the Aborigines or copper-colored races by Europeans. Okay, let's end it with that. It says, but now apply to descendants of Europeans born in America. Now it's applied to everybody born in America. Now everybody running around here saying American, but they're not. They're United States citizens. The United States is of America. You cannot be American if you're not an Tanshan. Okay? That means you sprung from the fucking soil. That's the reason why you can go to these other countries and you will never be one of them because you're not the indigenous people of that land. Even though that the European play this shit everywhere. We go to Australia. The Europeans is not indigenous to Australia, but they took the term. These people are demons, man. They will go around to different countries and take land and then take that and assimilate themselves into that land and try to be that of the people who's there. Okay? Now, shame on you. We know that you're not no fucking Australian. So why would you claim to be an Australian? We know you're not an American. So why would you claim to be American? It says originally applied to the Aborigines or copper-colored races. Okay? So where are these people at? Where are these people at? Where's the Aborigines and copper-colored races? Oh, they're African Americans today. They forgot who the fuck they was for citizenship. Now let me go back to where I was reading, right? Now you go in. Right here. All right, it say, which are privileges granted by the U.S. Constitution instead of natural unalienable rights. Okay? Unalienable. Okay? Unalienable or unalienable, however you want to say it. Unalienable means that you can't have no liens upon you because you got the trust. The trust is in you. You are the owner of the trust. But you don't know that. You don't know you're the owner of the trust because you think you are a Negro. You claim to be terms in which puts you under the status of civitas motus, means one dead in the eyes of civics. Okay, that's what make you 3/5 of a man. 3/5 is mind, soul, and body. The 2/5 you missing is divine creed and nationality. You have no nationality. United States is not a nationality. It's a fucking corporate construct, okay? In which, like I said yesterday, you got people who leave their country because they can't make it in their fucking country. So they come here to live off of your land and use all, because all the resources that's from this land is what's put back in the GDP, and they use that to put it around the world. Like I said, all the inventions you made, the car, C.R. Patterson, fuck, Ford. Ford stole the fucking idea from C.R. Patterson. And every time you look and find C.R. Patterson, you see that Ford is only that they try to make C.R. Patterson, they try to make it seem like he made the car after Ford. But we know that it was hanging. We know that blacks wasn't able to steal ideas from Europeans. And we know most of the time we created it. If we created most of the railroad, most of the train, we created most of the train. So why are they not telling nobody that? But like I said, they took your inventions. Japan didn't have a fucking car back in the 1900s. So the fuck did Japan get Honda? Because the United States went over there. When they dropped the bomb over there, they told them that they wasn't going to have an army. And what they did was they told them, we're going to give you our technology, but you're going to work for us. So like I tell people all the time, Japan don't own Honda. America own Honda because America owns Japan. Japan can't do shit without America. They bombed them once. They will fucking bomb them again. They can't do shit. They gave them the technology for them to be who they are now. Understand that. After they bombed them, they said, you can't have a military. We're going to give you our technology and you're going to work for us. Honda is owned by America. Don't fucking believe it's owned by Japan because America gave them the technology. Gave them the technology. Where did the technology came from? The technology came from your indigenous ass, who they told you never done shit. But you created the air conditioner, you created the washer, the dryer, you created the fucking press, or for the fucking for the dry cleaner. We created all this shit. See, CJ Walker, she created all these hair and beauty supply store, but the Koreans own it because what they did was this. They brought all these fucking foreigners in and let them have stake on your ass. You are the assets of this fucking country. That's the reason why they tell you if you take your money out, the system will crash. You spend almost $8 trillion with all these different with all these fucking foreigners in which they let them have the businesses that you created. So all the businesses we created, they bring these motherfuckers over here and have these conversations with them and let them motherfuckers take and steal your shit and then sell it back to you. And then sell it back to you. And then sell it back to you. Ain't no Koreans owning no dry cleaning companies until America set up a fucking business with them to allow them to come here. And at the same time, they denied your ass from getting grants opening your own shit. So therefore, you had to work for these bastards. The gig is up, man. I know these crackers be listening on my channel. The gig is up. You could do whatever you want to the Thompson is when the shit gonna get out whether you like it or not. So at the end of the day, at the end of the motherfucking day, these people gonna know. We know what we created. We know who we are. We know you people is nothing but fucking frauds. We know the United States is a fucking corporation, and all these fucking immigrants that come here are United States citizens, aka United States employees, aka United States fucking slaves. Okay? That's it. You put your energy into someone else's business or someone else's practices, and therefore you left with nothing. You left with paper money to do bartery or do trade, in which all of the shit that you need to survive is shit that come from your own land. Europe ain't got no damn food. So where all the food coming? Oh, the food coming from here. Europe ain't got no fucking water. So where all the water coming from? All the water coming from the Great Lakes. How the fuck can a white man steal water from fucking lakes that God made and then sell it back to you? How? In the name of the United States of America. Now, let me keep on reading this a little bit, all right? All right. It says, because of that, is the only citizenship that was ever granted after the Civil War, a grave error of justice that resulted in them only having civil rights. Okay, now you never got civil rights. Because you're not a civilian. They just told you in the Dred Scott case you would never be one. I just told you the 14th Amendment was never properly ratified, so it ain't really even law. It say which are privileges granted by the U.S. Congress. Why do you need the Congress to grant you anything when you are the heir of the state? It says instead of natural and unalienable rights, they are natural heirs to. Hold up, let me read that one more time. Instead of natural and unalienable rights, they are natural heirs to. So you are the heir to the land that the United States is occupying. There were also claims as cattle backing the debt of the United States America. Check this out. When they say that you are the heirs backing the debt, first you was fucking the property in which you built the infrastructure of this country. Now, since you built the infrastructure, they bring these immigrants over here and allow them to open businesses, and now you are the fucking customer. You are the fucking customer. The shit you created, they gave them. They won't give you fucking loan, but at the same token, they telling you African. That's why you need to claim who you are. That's why you need to claim who you are. You keep listening to these fucking peons, niggas who come up here, oh, it was the Moors, and yo, like I said, bro, you let these niggas is amateurs, man. These niggas watch a video and then go out there and make another, and go out there, they watch a video 3 or 4 times on motherfuckers like Jonah Bay and the rest of these bays or whatever, and then come back and try to, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this. If you don't study, if you got so much problem with the Moor, why would you make videos about saying Islam, ourself, Lord Master? Why would you even use the acronym? But yet people ain't smart enough to say, hold up, I thought you don't like the Moors. So if you don't like the Moors, how are you going to say ourself, Lord Master? Because these niggas is fucking frauds, and the motherfuckers who come to my channel with this bullshit, it only show how stupid and ignorant they are. It's fucking Celia L, or whoever the fuck this clown ass motherfucker is, a woman or whoever she is, or whatever, keep coming to my page. So get the fuck away from my page. Stop commenting on my page. Go over there with your boy and comment on his page. Don't even comment on my shit. I don't want your comments. I'm not reading it. I'm not replying to it. Keep fucking moving. Don't come to my page commenting on none of my shit. Okay? I'm not new to this. All right? So let me keep it moving. All right? So it says, check it out. It says, it said they were only claimed as chattel back in the U.S. debt of the United States of America, incorporated both national and international prohibit abolishing slavery and impunity. It say a prompt correction is available for the organic state, and a proclamation of these organic states. They are granted full, immediately recognizable status as American nationals. All the natural and unalienable rights of any other organic state citizen, no matter what geographical divine state they may inhabit on the land. They say the only exception are the unfortunate born within the U.S. border of the insert state, the District of Columbia, Guam, Puerto Rico, etc. Right? This is the reason why when they let these motherfuckers, immigrants, or any of these motherfuckers who come here have children here, this is the reason why they snatch their children up. Or not, when I say not snatch their children up, that they would let them become United States citizens or whatever, because you got that birth certificate. And that birth certificate, they're taking the debt out, and that debt is going to go back. They're going to create money off of your ass. So they're going to sit up there and figure out, you was born certain amount of pounds. That's why they always tell your baby worth his weight in gold. Because what they do is when you're born, they create the birth certificate, then they take a debt out on you, and they make money out of thin air off of that debt and go by how much money you are going to accumulate in your fucking lifetime. Okay, because money is only a promise, the fucking promissory note. It's a promissory note. They're extorting you for your energy, man. You're working backwards. You're working for fucking Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci bags, you working for all these trinkets. And what did Columbus say? Columbus said when he got here, they go as naked as their mother bore them. They can be taught to adapt European ways and wear clothing. Now we don't know how to stop wearing clothing. Now I know I got the t-shirts up there. Cop one of the Tanchan t-shirts, please, if you like it. Got one for all the people, women, men, got children, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cop one. But since we wearing clothing, and until we stop wearing clothing, I'm gonna keep making more t-shirts. But what I'm saying is, we went as naked as our mother bore us. Okay, that's the reason why you was living longer, because you was adapting all of the UVA, UVB, UVCs. You was adapting all the sun rays all year long. Understand? You was walking barefooted. Like the Duke of Tish, he said the Tanchan was so free he didn't have to wear shoes. Now we buy all the shoes, and the fucking European will walk in his shoes until he walk out of them. But we running around here, oh, I got Jordans, I got all the Jordans. That's why they call it the sole of your feet. Because now you cannot walk on the dirt, and the dirt, which got minerals, which has a connection to the planet, because the planet is a living organism, now cannot even pull the negative ions out your body. Okay? Because what happens is the earth is a living organism. Okay? So what it does is it replenishes you. And what the whole minerals and all the shit in the dirt, and you know, the plant absorbs the minerals through the soil. When the soil is moist, the plant is able to you know what I'm saying, synthesize the mineral, in which you eat the plant. Now you got to get the minerals through him. Okay, you see how that works? I said, man, even when you're dealing with this shit, man, you have to know what you're dealing with, man. You got these weirdos that come here or come and make these videos about, oh, they ain't even writing exact, man. They ain't writing exact. And they're not going to lead. They're going to lead you astray. That's why they don't want you to study anything dealing with any of these Moors or anybody out there. Because you're going to learn the science that you can take that shit and apply it to you being an Arab. You ain't got to mention you're a Moor. You ain't never got to utter the word of a Moor. You ain't got to wear a fez, you ain't got to wear a turban, you ain't got to change, you ain't got to be a Bay or L, you ain't got to be nothing. Only thing you need to know is the science, so you can learn how to become that national in which you always supposed to be. You are the Tanchan, you are the Aborigine. So like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Chief?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I mean, how you know, they say paper genocide, that's real. You know what I'm saying? That like just they could just kill a whole race of people by a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? And then what's interesting to me is that we're trying to use a piece of paper that they created to turn it back. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we got an uphill battle to fight, man. That's for sure.
But you gotta correct your shit.
So,
if your name is Chief Holiday, and I keep calling you some name that don't represent you, and then I write that name down on documents, and then you got people calling you that, and under that them particular terms, you are deemed a slave, or you are deemed civitim motus, meaning you are not recognized in the eyes of civics. Why you think they do all the shit they do to us, bro? Why? Why you think they don't do that? Why you think they don't do that to Chinese? Why you think they don't lock Chinese people? Why you think Chinese people ain't in jail like we are? Because you ain't got no.
Because they got jobs, they got businesses that we fund. So,
not just that. They got a the Chinese government or the Chinese ambassador will come down on the United States if that was to happen. You don't have no ambassador for the Aborigines. So you have no one fighting for you, or no one is an advocate for you. And even the advocates that they do put in, your Al Sharpton, your Jesse Jackson, that's why they keep these dumbass people so long in the office backing you, because they are agents.
Yeah, man.
So you gotta say it ain't about using a piece of paper, because to declare something, it starts within your mind. That's the first thing. The first thing is being that. Next, you got to go back and correct it. Since you calling me that, nah, let me change that, my man, so we can get a proper understanding. So going forward, you know who the fuck I am. That's the thorough shit, is to tell them who you are instead of them assuming who you are. Because they're going to keep assuming you're a Negro, black, and colored.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the reason why it's telling you right here that you are heirs to the state. Let me read one more time, man. Mr. Mike Chief. It says American Negroes in the past. Chief. Dang. It said American Negroes in the past have been considered United States citizens because of that only citizenship that was granted after the Civil War. It's a grave error of justice that resulted in them having civil rights, which are privileges granted. They gave you privileges on your own land. That's like if I break in your fucking house and then control your house and I give you privileges. We're at 8 o'clock. Give you privileges on your own land, okay? It says granted. Who the fuck can grant you something? How can someone be grant? How can another human, another man from another land that's not even indigenous to the land grant you something? By the Congress, instead of natural and unalienable rights. Okay? It say they are natural heirs to. It say they were always claimed as chattel property backing the U.S. debt. The United States of America incorporated, despite both national and international abolishing slavery. It's abolishing slavery and impunity. It's a prompt correction is available for the organic state, and by proclamation of the organic states, they are granted full and immediately recognizable status as American nationals. Okay? All the natural and unalienable rights of any organic state citizen, no matter which geographical divine state may inhabit on the land. So that's pretty self-explanatory right there, man. They're telling you who you are, but we don't want to know who we are. We're still rather let them call us, hey, Negro, hey, black. Okay, you telling them that you're not that, but they got paperwork that you have to go back and correct. You're not gonna call me Joe if my name is if my name is something else. You're not gonna keep calling me outside my name or whatever. And then they like, oh well, damn, that's what it's on the paper. That's what it says, Joe, on the paper. So that's the whole purpose of you correcting what you are. So you let these people know, nah, my man. That's the term that you created. You created the term black and Negro and color, and you put me under bound of that. And because I'm under bound of that, if you don't open your mouth and say nothing, then they think you are one of the Negroes who don't know who the fuck they are. And it might sound like, okay, well,
Fact.
Look, they was already doing what they was doing to you. Ain't no paperwork going to change it. But guess what? If I change that I'm American national, then I'm a time chime. If you change that, the next person do it, 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 so on, so on, so on. Before you know it, you got a nation of people. Before you know it, you got a nation of people. And you don't need Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and these fucking agents that they put out there to call you African American. Niggas is happy as hell. You're African American, motherfucker, back flipping. Oh shit, I'm from Africa, about time, and don't even know that the Africans came from here. Don't even know it, man. Don't even have no clue or nothing. And like I read yesterday, right? I know that this probably repetitive. I'm going probably over the same stuff, but I'm gonna read this real quick. Check this out. Was it this one? Let me see something. No, it was this one. No, this one. It was this one right here. All right, look. It says between 1492 and 1880, between 2 and 5 million Native Americans were enslaved in America, additionally to a 12.5 million African slaves. Now, look, check this out, man. Let's deal with this, right? Now, we already know they didn't bring them people in Brazil there. Them people in Brazil that was already there. We already know because Columbus and like they said, every state tried to do the same thing Columbus was doing. Columbus came here and enslaved the people the island of Espanol, and the Portuguese came in, did the same fucking thing, but they was having babies with the people in Brazil. Now, like Medicine Man said that he believed that the people in Brazil was fucking he believed that the people in Brazil is now the Igbo or the people in Nigeria. Right now, you think about it like this, right? They said between 2 and 15 million Native Americans from right here in North America was shipped out of here. Now we know that some of them were sent to Africa, some of them, and like I said, the numbers is bigger than that. That 2 to 5 is a very generous number. They're gonna tell you 12.5 million Africans, but that's a fucking lie. Listen, I don't even know how many Africans they brought here. And I'm not even going to agree that they did bring in here because they was already shipping. It was already Negroes in the West Indies. That's the whole article that I showed y'all with the monthly anthropology, whatever. They was telling you that they found, they was saying, oh, these are Indian, didn't do, said, no, these are Negro mounds. They're not no Indian mound. They are Negro mounds. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it goes on and on and on and on and on. If it's already black people in Brazil, how you going to tell me, oh, killed off the original black people and brought Africans? Yeah, that fit their narrative. The same shit like they fit their narrative here. The same, they doing the same shit there as they did here. They mind fucked them people just like they mind fucked us here. The same thing. They did the same thing to them. People was already there. And they was moving people around to where they think that, okay, they'll take a Pequot from Massachusetts, take them to Barbados and Bermuda, okay, bring them back to New York or bring them back through Charleston, or any of these other these slave ports. And when they bring them back, you would automatically assume that they was fucking Africans, which they wasn't. They was already indigenous people who was already here. And that's what people got to come to grips on, man. You have to understand that, bro. They telling you 12.5 million. That's a fucking lie. Then what? 12.5 million. I'm believing that. I'm like I said, I don't care about no Goree Island. I don't care about none of this shit because check this out. Goree Island might have been in reverse. They might have built that shit to bring the people from here over here. I mean, yeah, to bring the people from here to here. So that it might have went in reverse. It wasn't the fact that they was bringing people, because how they bringing people from there and bringing people from here and taking them over there? How they doing all that at one time? How they doing all that at one time? And like I said, where are these 2 to 5 million people at? Where they at? Do you see any Mongoloids in Africa? Do you see any Mongoloids in the West Indies? Where are they at? Where are they at? They the people who was already there amongst some of the other people who they mixed in. The same thing they did in Canada. It was already black people in Canada already. And what they did was they brought other melanated people from Jamaica or Jamaica or whatever you want to call it or whatever to there, and then ship them to Africa. So you think that if they sent people to Sierra Leone, then was the only people who they sent to Africa? People, get y'all fucking your scholarship up, man. Because I'm tired of, like, I ain't got time to talk to no Garfield, because Garfield's slow. And then he gonna run in. I show you what it is. Well, how do you he questioned everything. That's why because I would end up getting a fight with a motherfucker. Because I know when a nigga playing me. Because I'm like, yo, everything is not questionable. You cannot debunk it. And if you think you can debunk everything, I need to get away from you. Because we're gonna end up getting into a heated conversation where blows might be swung. And that's not to be disrespectful to nobody, but you're disrespecting my interpretation. You're telling me that your interpretation is dominant over mine, and you can see things more clearly than I can. And when I did the study and did the research on this shit for years, you just coming into this. You just learned about Aborigines. You don't even know that you're a fucking Arawak. You think I took DNA tests. Homie the clown need to come and put a lock in the sock and clock, not a regular sock. Like I always say, I'll put a lock in the sock. Did some jail shit. Put a lock in the sock and clonk him upside his fucking head until he sees stars. And then maybe one of them stars he'll be like, oh, I am an Aborigine. And he'll wake the fuck up. Because like I said, man, at the end of the day, if you can't understand simple things, they will even break down. The Smithsonian Institute said that modern Native Americans resemble Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. But the first Americans resemble Australians, Africans, and South Pacific Islanders, right? Now, my thing is this. We don't see people who look like Australian, so we can X that out. I never seen nobody that look like Australian on this land. Never. Okay, so X that out. We don't see nobody South Pacific Islanders. Yes, some of us look like that. And the people who are in that continent, or what we call Africa, some of us look like that. So I can go with that. So where these people go, it's just so happened that you got people here that think they from Africa, but they are telling you that the first Americans resemble the people over there. So you can't even understand that. But see, what they want to do is they want to put their own spin on it and say what these people look like. Now, you got people like Samuel Mortensen, which he tell you the physiognomy of the Indian is that of the Negro. Now, look, let me see something. It was something else I was reading yesterday. I want to see if I can get that back. No, it wasn't this one. I think it was. Let me see if I can find it. Because in all these stories, all these Aborigine stories, they all got the same story. They were sending the people from here to the West Indies. All of the shit that I read, this is what I'm getting out of it. All of the fucking people who they was capturing here, they were sending them from here to the West Indies. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, man, you got to wake up, man, because you can't come here trying to teach me something when you don't know nothing. And you ain't qualified to be telling nobody shit. Because you don't understand it yourself.
But the crazy part about it is, though, that they accept the narrative of Hershovik and Franz Boas, who taught W.E.B. Du Bois and all these other guys who brought in this madness to our people, man. And our people have been fighting a long time, man. I mean, I don't know if we can get into the folly of colonization. A speech written and a speech given in 1894 by Frederick Douglass, specifically addressing this. And this is in 1894. So I think people got to really stay focused, man, and we are really losing the social war. Like, because that's the only reason we're losing, because we're socially believe in the madness. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to do something different. So I think let's change it socially. So that's kind of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So who was it found? The truth was in the building. We got a conscious one in the building. Who was everybody?
And that's pretty much what it is, man. You don't know who you are. You're 3/5 of a man. Your mind, soul, and body. That's what 3/5 meant. People thought, oh man, they dehumanized us. They say you're an animal. Fuck out of it. They saying your mind, soul, and body. You don't have a nationality nor a divine creed. This is the reason why they kill your ass and do what they do to you, because you don't have a nationality or nation backing you. They're not going to do that to the rest of these people who migrate here, because they got countries that support them and back them, with the exception of some of the ones that come from some of the Latino countries, as well as some of the Hispanic countries. They don't wreck them countries. So they do that to them too. But if you coming from China, or you coming from India, or if you coming from any of these European fucking countries, that ain't gonna happen to them. It don't even happen to Africans like that, because they can tell an African, they can tell an African by their last name. They don't have Jones, Johnson, and then that's how it become deceiving, because you got a lot of people like the Caribbean people from Jamaica got the same names we got. They got the same names we got because they was colonized just like we was. So like I said, man, for the most part, man, people don't know. They, people up here, they tell you, oh, that and the third. No. You better look at your own people, because your own people is the ones that want the trinkets, and they the ones who gonna keep you up under the same spell. They don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to be who you are. Only thing they want you to do is to keep going to work and keep being a consumer. That's it. Keep going to work, keep being a consumer. Keep working, doing overtime, triple time, and going out there spending your money, giving it right back to the damn Europeans. So like I said, man, end of the day, learn who the hell you are. You know what I'm saying? And at least try to get as natural or get back to where you was at as far as you can. Because for the most part, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, man, you know, like I said, man, we are being deceived. We are being deceived. And like he said, just like he said, Garfield is Masonic. And like I said, because it's self-explanatory, man. You start showing images. Let me see, Sean.
Yeah, man, it's just super pseudo to me. And here's another thing, though, right? When we ask them to give us any evidence, because they always ask us for evidence, and we give them books, we give them craniology, we give them geology, we give them archaeology, we give them radiology, we give them nuclear science, we give them all types of shit that everything goes in our favor, everything. We give them all the doctors that ever teach, even if they're still Afro-leaning, meaning anywhere that they find original people on the planet, that doctor will say, oh, you know what, he's an African, because, you know, we were all been kind of conditioned to believe that just to associate the original man with an African. Well, then that goes with the theory of evolution and the out of Africa theory, which has a political agenda attached to it. Even if you're in the Levant, which means in the so-called Middle East, you are alienated from that land based on this whole out of Africa theory, as well as the theory of evolution, as well as all the racist ass science that they use to put people in this inferior position. This is how they put the majority of the people on the planet in this position, because they're using this science to justify all the things that they're doing. Only for themselves. Say, hey, look, people, we have to go help them. We have to Christianize them. We have to civilize them, right? But when they got to these indigenous people land, these indigenous people were more civilized than them. So, y'all, man, we just got a lot of shit going on. And, these people, I think that we have to be a little bit more proactive and make them move around. You know what I'm saying? Online petitions, these things. We're going to change this socially. And then we can win the social war, and we can start winning some of the political wars and some other things, because socially is the thing that fuels all the other things. School changing, people writing books, movies coming out, all these other things or whatever, right? So that's what the social war means to us, that we have to start fighting a little better than we fight. Because they have fought a great social war against us. You know what I'm saying? What we believe. Well, we are automatic. We'll fight against ourselves. No, we can't do this. The white man, the killer. Oh, no, we can't. Come on, man. I hear that again. That's going to be a problem. Straight up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, where the fuck are you from?
Yeah.
You'll quote a Tupac song, quit. I'd rather die like a man. You know what I'm saying? A coward dies 1,000 deaths, but a soldier dies once. But you would say that and live that in your real life right there, man. I can't. No, man. We can't do it. We need to do better.
You're right. That's how we roll. That's how we get down. Now look, you hear everything we see saying is 100, right? Now, look at this. Look at this. You see this? Look at this little fucking Indian in the back right here, right? Now where the fuck is these Indians at today? Oh, I know where they're at. They somewhere thinking they Africans, okay? Now, I love to show these pictures, man, because someone seen this when they got here. This is not a fucking joke, okay? These are not no freaking fucking Indians. These little bastards, or these little, or whatever you want to call, they might have just been making fun of us by making them small, or they might have been kids. But nonetheless, though, however you look at it, where are they at today? Oh, I know. They are the ones that's working and slaving for these people. So they didn't pull the switcheroonie.
Yo, that just reminded me of something, man. So they look like pickaninnies, right? You know what I'm saying? Pickaninnies, right? But here's the thing, right? I don't know if you called Brother Sanchez the other day, Army Law Squad and them on trial. I think he put Dan Calloway on trial too. But he was basically saying, he basically said that basically that man comes from the North Pole. I just kind of want to get your reaction on that. If you had heard about that already, if you had, can you give me your reaction on that, bro?
Man, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that clown, brother Sanchez. He's a fucking clown. And you know what? And then, like I said, like I don't subscribe to that. There's no proof proving that. You're gonna have to prove that to me. There's no proof that I've seen that's gonna prove to me that we came from the North Pole. What proof can you prove that? You can't prove. That's the fucking theory that can't be proven. And like I said, when you got forbidden archaeology, or you got people telling you that they found shit here in this land that dates back to fucking 300 million years old or whatever, you're gonna have to show me something that's older than that. And you can't prove it because they don't have you can't even go to motherfucking Antarctica or wherever, you can't even go there. So how you gonna prove that to me? You can't prove it. And check this out. You see this? See this right here? This is the original one. I said this is the original one right here. The emblem of America. So why would they put two black people on the emblem of America? And we told that that Indians look a certain way. That's why I try to tell people, like, man, look, man, the gig is fucking up. You could take these pictures to the fucking United Nations and prove them wrong, and say, no, that's a black person. You're gonna sit there and fucking play with my mind and tell me, oh no, these aren't black people. These are Indians. Okay, because you think you're African. And that, like I said, and even these pictures right here, when you got jokers who be putting this shit up right here, this shit is like, and no offense to some of the brothers, man, but now. But
you know what's crazy though, bro? About any of these pictures, by the time you see any of these type of pictures right here, this is the 1800s. They had already been in here damn near 400 years by the time you start taking pictures in the late 1800s and stuff like that or whatever, right? So all the mixing had already started to happen for hundreds of years, man. And the social engineering and the word changing and stuff like that already started happening. So I mean, when people say that though, I ask the Egyptologists, are the people in Egypt now the original people there? They'll say no. So I ask them, are the people that are predominantly that you see in China now, are they the original people? No. Are the people in Japan the original people? No. Are the people in India that you see, the majority of the mixed ones, are they the original people? No. And on and on and on. But when it comes to America, we ask them, are these people on the fucking reservation the original people? These dummies shake their head and say yes. And they give you a million reasons why they say yes for that. That's the dumbest shit ever, man. Look, that really is.
Let me show you. I don't know if you ever seen this article right here. You heard me? I don't know if you ever seen this article, right? It says NASChat Indian fun sheet, right? Now I ran across this when I was doing the Devil's Punch Bowl, right? And this is very interesting. I love this, and I'm keeping this shit right here, right? Check this out, right? It says, where do the NASChat live today? The NASChat tribe was defeated by the French in the early 1700s, which I'm believing that they might be the fucking Haitians. Now, check this out. It says the survivors scattered. It says people of the NASChat descent live in many different places, but most of them live amongst the Chickasaw Creek and Cherokee. Now, they try to say the tribes in Oklahoma, which is bullshit. It say those three tribes, because they want you to think that the people who they claiming, because remember, most of these people that live in Oklahoma look like them fucking mongoloids, right? So they want you to automatically think that he said, this says, but most of them live among the Chickasaw Creek and Cherokee, right? So when you look at them tribes that's in Oklahoma, you're going to automatically assume, oh, that's what the original NASChat looked like. No, it says, look, those three tribes absorbed many of the NASChat refugees, right? It say other NASChat people were sent to West Indies as slaves by the French. What colonies did the French own in West Indies? Huh? What colonies did the French own in West Indies? I'm waiting. Somebody please tell me. Please tell me. It says, now it says some Afro-Caribbeans. But we know the Caribbean, it was already, the Arawaks was already Negroes. But if you don't read and don't understand this, then you want to automatically think that, oh, listen, if Columbus was in the fucking island of Espanol and he tells you that these people back to Spain, and when they pop up, they call Negro de Terra. Why would they call them Negro from the new land? Why? Why would they? Why? If the people looked at like Mongoloid, why would they call them Negroes? I'm waiting. Now look. Now it says the others were sent to West Indies. Now check this out, right? Let me just show you something. This is how we know that these people are fucking are fake, right? It says the Nadsat did not wear war bonnets. It said the great son wore a fancy feather crown. Now, what have we been seeing in all the research that I've been showing you? People with feather crowns. Even the fucking slaves that they show you on these slave posters got feather crowns. So you honestly believe, according to the diagram of the slave ship that they show you, where you had people laying down next to each other, somebody's been sitting over here, somebody might have been pissing over there, somebody might have been throwing up over here, lady might have been having her menstrual cycle over there, and all these people's laying in this shit, and then you still able to get up after you get off the boat with a feather crown on and a grass skirt. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you might not even have no skin. You might not even have no skin on after that shit. You might not, because like I said, that the bacteria that come out your body is the shit that causes all of the bacteria around the world. And like all the diseases and all of this shit comes from bacteria that is presented in the human body. The human body has some of the worst and most infectious bacteria ever known on the planet. Where do you think it all comes from? It all comes from within you. So, if you honestly believe that people could be laying on ships and people deprecating, having a menstrual cycle, people urinating, and these people still survive, then maybe you need to go get a fucking helmet and sit on the back of the bus and bang your fucking head back there, or whatever method that you plan on doing. Now I know one was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about it, Chief. This shit is hilarious.
It is, man. I mean, I can't believe that it's taking them this long to catch up, especially when we start telling them about the words. We get into the etymology of words. I mean, when we break down just the etymology of Americans, they've been calling us Americans since 1570. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So it's a, you know, when you're reading stuff, you got to understand too that a lot of times they wasn't speaking English. So you get a translated version, and you also getting somebody's political disposition. You know what I'm saying? When you're reading somebody else's stuff, so you have to have discernment to know. A discernment is, you know, be wise enough to know what you're reading, what time period they're talking about. People are so confused. Well, what's an Indian? What's a Negro? Blah, blah, blah. Right? Well, guess what? They wasn't calling us Indians when they first came here.
That's right.
See how that worked?
That's
so
right.
You got to know when that was. Yeah, man. That's a lot of shit.
Even right here, look. I'm gonna put the word Indian in on etymology. Check this out. Look. Check this out. It's an adjective and a noun. All right. It says Indian, an inhabitant of India or South Asia, returning to India, 13th century. It say from late Latin, Indigenous, whatever. It say from India. It say applied to the Aboriginal native inhabitants of the America from at least 1553. It say a noun. It say 1610. Say a adjective reflecting Spanish and Portuguese use a mistaken notion that America was an eastern end of Asia. It say the inhabitants of Filipino and the indigenous people of Australia, New Zealand, and it say English adjectives. All right, it say red Indian. Now check this out. Look. It says red Indian to distinguish the Native Americans from inhabitants of India. It say it's first attested in 1831 in the British English Carlisle, but was not commonly used in North America. Huh? So let's read this one more time. Red Indian, to distinguish the Native Americans from the inhabitants of India. It's a first attest in 1831. It's a from British Scott, but was not commonly used among the people in North America. Right now, let me go down a little bit. Right now, it tells you. And I think this is for pseudo right here because remember, Columbus, the log is the stuff that I seen Columbus have. He said, I'm going to reconquer Jerusalem. And that's the reason why he brought with him Hebrew interpreters. And that's the reason why you see, when I was looking up the Descala tablets or whatever, it showed you. Now check this out. Let me see something.
Yeah.
I was looking at. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick before I forget, though, about what you just said, right, about the etymology of India, right? Well, here's the problem with that. When they was Cristobal Colon and was coming here in 1492, they couldn't have been looking for India in India because it wasn't called India at that time. It wasn't even thought about being called India at that time. So it's just a lot of fuck shit, man. Yeah, man. So even when you, once again, though, even when you're reading from Google or Wikipedia or whatever, you have to cross-reference everything and get many reference points as possible. So if there's 10 of them out there, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to find 15. You're trying to find as many references as possible before I come to the table with anything. You know, I say, well, I cross-reference, right? So, but we're going to get into that too. But I want you to get back into this though, right? Because I'm gonna go into something else. So I won't do that. Go ahead, brother.
So 1590, right? It said American, an adjective, right? Now 1590. I'm gonna read the adjective and I'm gonna read it now. 1590, pertaining to the Western Hemisphere and its Aboriginal inhabitants. Okay, it says from Latin or whatever. All right, it says pertaining to the residents of North America of your originally British descent. It says first recorded in 1640, later pertaining to the United States. All right, so now when you go down to America as of now, it say 1570. Originally, one of the Aboriginal people discovered in the Western Hemisphere by the Europeans. Okay, now it tells you one of the, now why is it not telling you that they got this shit from Vespucci? Okay, because they didn't get it from Vespucci. The word America was always here. America, whatever. Now look, even when people start looking, we didn't touch on this shit 100,000 times, but fuck it, we might as well, just for the sake of the people who do have their helmets on, that do sit on the back of the bus, check it out. And no disrespect to anybody. I mean, real talk. It ain't I ain't trying to be funny, man. If people got learning disability, that's not something to be funny or something to be laughing about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. No, I'm just saying because you know what? It might be somebody's child, but it
them niggas belong in the Special Olympics, bro.
No, but you got. I
don't care. Them niggas belong in the Special Olympics, bro. I mean, at this point right now, right? Okay, like the simple way that you just read the etymology of words, right? And then you still have so-called black power people see that and be like, no, man, fuck that. That's some cool shit. Man, we are the original people of the planet. We all agree on that. So when they came here, it was already people here, already had government set up, already had shit going on, and they called those people Americans. Just get it together, man. You don't have to cry. You don't have to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, but I want to get into, it's chess. It's not checkers, right? So, I play chess, and in real life, the game of life is chess. You know what I'm saying? So I threw a chess piece out there, whatever, for these guys, and I put them on a wild goose chase with Nat Turner. So Garfield starts pulling up all these, newspaper articles from newspapers.com. That's his source, newspaper.com. So he goes back into this time period in 1830s or whatever, and he says, ha. In the newspaper, they're talking about Nat Turner, Nat this, General Nat, and all this other stuff, right? So he's reading these different articles, and it's getting fantastic and fantasticer as it goes, right? So one of the clips he read, and he was looking for it, right? So I figured he must have had read this before. He wanted to show this part of it, right? And I'm glad he did. Thanks, Garfield. He read a part where it said that they had killed some of General Nat's men, right? And one of them was a white man who had painted his face and himself. He was in blackface, fighting against his own people for Nat Turner and the peoples. And man, I fainted a little bit. Like, I passed out a little bit because I couldn't believe that he was actually reading this stuff and he's actually said, "Ha ha, this is my source, newspaper.com." Right? You know what I'm saying? Like newspapers are so true. They don't have propaganda and stuff like that, right? It's crazy, yo.
He said all the top scholars use that website. I said, get the fuck out.
What website is that?
This AP, bro.
Hey, Bob, what's up, G? Oh, man.
What website is that, though, you talking about?
No, it was newspapers.com, but I think you got to, yeah, newspapers.com.
That's what I'm trying to
what
tell
you don't know, though, you can go look up newspaper clippings and find a microfiche and stuff or whatever from those days, you know, so you don't have to go through newspaper.com. Shout out to Ty Data. Ty Data got newspaper.com, too, and he went in and debunked a lot of the shit he was saying. But you got to understand, too, you got to understand the history of fake news. You got to shout out to Jaguar back too, man. Hey, man, you got hey, Garfield must have known. He must have never have heard of the history of fake news. He must be once again slow.
Bro, look
on the short bus.
I'm gonna stop talking about that clown. That nigga's not gonna keep on getting no light on my channel, yo, because I'm not. My thing is this, bro. I'm not. My job is to only present this to people who can understand it. My job is not to force feed this shit on a spoon and make a motherfucker understand it. If you don't understand it, either you are agent or either you need to be on a short bus. And you only can understand things one way, because even when we give you empirical data, you want to tell me, oh, well, you got your the thing about the coral pyramids. He talking about, oh, this is a website for what's the name? We got 7 more websites. I showed you Ruth Sadie in the Smithsonian Institute, but then he want to say, well, I'm gonna call Onk and he gonna let him read. No, you're not gonna call Onk. Onk's already fucked up. We don't need to hear nothing from Onk no more.
We already beat him up. He try to run. That's how you wasn't gonna call. He was just looking for a scapegoat.
Yeah,
we beat that man up.
And remember this too. Just real quick while we're on this, okay? And this is what we need to stop doing. The word slave. Okay, let's go back over this. And people been teaching this shit for years, okay? The word slave, late 13th century. A person who is of chattel property of another. Okay, it says originally Slav. See, Slavs. So used in secondary sense because of the many Slavs sold into slavery by conquering people. Now, if you read this whole fucking article, right? It tells you nothing about no black people or nothing. It say blackamoors right here. It said has under Negroes a blackamoor figurative used for a slave. It say without regard to race. But check this out. It don't say nothing about any Africans. It don't say nothing about any other people except Slavs. So use secondary as a people because there's so many Slavs sold by conquering people. Okay, so when it comes to the word slave and it comes to dealing with it, because all of these words are words to rock you back to sleep. When you hear the word slave, you automatically assume that it's slave. And when you automatically hear the word slave, you automatically assume that that word is connected to an African. But they're not telling you right here, right? Look. See this right here? It says between 1492 and 1880, between 2 to 5 million Native Americans were enslaved in the Americas. Now check this out. How many people did they bring in again? 380,000? So where did these people go? Oh, these might have been the people they would, because look, when you read everything, everything tells you where did they send the NASDAQ at? All right. Now, like I said, this is just a basic article, but you can get some shit out of it, right? It says other NASDAQ people were sold in the West Indies. Okay. That's one article. This article tells you the same thing. Okay. It tells you. No, it was this one right here. Let me go with this one. It tells you right here. All right, it says during the war, New England colonies routinely shipped Native Americans as slaves to Barbados, Bermuda, Jamaica, and Azores. It says Spain, Tanzania, and North Africa, Fisher says. Now, why do we keep on hearing about people that was shipped here that was sent to the Caribbean? But check this out. See, the thing about it is this, right? They never counted on us finding out what the Indians look like. They never counted on us finding, because hold up. So you telling me it was already black people here? So but wasn't no black people in the Caribbean though? No. The people in the Caribbean are Africans. But then when we start pulling up articles like this right here, the monthly report of anthropology and science, it tells you. It says Briggs and Trevor. It implies that an undeformed Negro physical type inhabited the Virgin Island in the pre-Columbian times. Now, I ain't gonna read through this again, but this is what these idiots don't want to go. They don't want to see me. They don't want to see me. They can call out other jokers or whatever. They don't want to see me, because if I present this shit in front of a crowd, jokers might jump on them, because they're gonna start saying like, "Yo, y'all lying to us, man." This man showing you real life articles, like they might run them up out of there. They might. You ever see a nigga get chased off a stage and shit? Nigga like, yo, boo, you lying. Like, once you start presenting this, then once you start showing the images, because once you start seeing it, and you like, hold up, nah, them can't be no Indians, them are Negroes. And then you will start getting mad. You like, yo, this man that presented this information to you, and you're still in denial. Yo, we need to beat your ass, man. We need to go get him. The motherfucker be like, yo, get him. And motherfuckers just gonna jump on them. And I'm telling you, because people gonna feel deceived, man. And then even when you go to these numbers right here, even when you go to the numbers on the 1790 census, bro, you can't. They telling you they brought 387,000 people here, right? They got 757,000 people in 1790. 10 years later, I'm sorry, 80 years later, that number damn near is 8 times the original number. Oh, that's because they had breeding grounds for slaves. Are you fucking stupid? Do you really believe that? So you really believe that the reason all these people came from the breeding grounds? I mute my mic, man. Y'all brothers go ahead and build, man. I'm done, man. These niggas, man, I'm done, man. I'm gonna drop the mic, man.
I mean, you're right, man. These jokers try to manipulate any story, anything they run across to try to best fit they little out of Africa theory, or the best keep up with they little out of Africa mindset. Or listen, I know he's tired, man. Listen, the brother, I know Garfield's tired, man. He's going out and over the hill just to prove that he's African, and it's not working. I know he's gonna be tired. It's like a dead end job. It's like a dead end job. It ain't get you nowhere. Come on home, brother. You know you're an airwhack. Come on, man. Quit playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then another thing is they gotta have to do a lot more than all that damn ranting and clout chasing. They gonna have to start presenting some type of information. They talk about sources, methodology, and primaries. I haven't seen none of such. Damn newspaper clippings is not a goddamn primary. They got their source from another source. Come on, it's a newspaper. Stop playing. These people got to understand this shit, man. And then we got to look at the credibility of what they saying. So, you know, I don't know, man. I don't even know. You know, it's kind of confusing. And so, you know, we got to understand this is our shit. This is our shit, man. It's just like, you know, people get caught up in this construct or this diaspora, this corporate construct, and then they want to be citizens. They want to be sovereign citizens. And listen, man, you just a slave, man, when you becoming a citizen. You don't want to do all that. You don't want to do all that. You don't want to subject yourself. Be who you are. You know what I'm saying? This is our land. It's either do you want to be a person or do you want to be a people? It's that simple. It's that simple. You want to be an artificial entity or you want to be a flesh and blood human being? with all human and natural rights. It's that simple. So, man, that's all I got to say to that, man. Ooga Ooga, peace to the big bro, Jag. What's going on, Jag? Can anybody hear me? No? Chief, what it do? I don't know if anybody can hear me or not. Can somebody hear me? I was talking the whole time. If y'all can hear me,
Yeah, I can
press
hear you,
1.
bro.
I'm sorry.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Ab?
Man,
What you
I ain't
do?
doing shit. No, man, I ain't doing nothing. Just got back from this vacation, man. Enjoyed myself. Had to get
Oh, that's
away.
right. That's right. You on the road. That's right.
Yeah, I'm back
Well,
at
yeah,
the
South
crib.
Carolina now?
Now I'm back at the crib now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was out there
How
for
was your
about
trip?
5 days. It was good, man. I enjoyed it. I linked in with the brother Jaguar. We built strong, of course. Got to meet his family. Got to meet my family. You know what true
Oh, that's
Indian
dope.
a bond is supposed to be like. You know what I mean? What a true
Mm-hmm.
Indian bond supposed to be like, man. So we starting that tribe up, pull up. So anytime y'all around, tribe up, pull up. Just hit us up, man.
Pull
Whatever
up.
city you in, whatever city you in, you should always be contacting a brother or whoever that's in your community so you can pull up. Tribe up, pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Can't come to my
Pull up.
city without hitting me up. And I don't think it's respectful. You know what I'm saying, for me to come to your city and not hit you up. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we'll go good at that.
Indeed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Where's Jag at? Jag, what up?
Yeah, and this another thing, man. Why this goof called me this morning, man?
Who?
Goddamn Garfield.
I
Yo,
see
he
you do
want
a
He
show
was
serious,
today.
man.
he was like, guess what he said? He was like, I'm in South Carolina right now. I was like, oh, I'm in South Carolina too. Where you at? I'll pull up on you. You said, I'm about to go do this little lecture. He was like, why? He said, I caught your video a little bit with Dan Calloway. I said, oh, shit. I said, I seen your little titles too. You was clout chasing. He said, that's disrespectful, Al. Oh, I'm about to hang up. Disrespectful. I said, listen, bro, it ain't disrespectful, bro. You put his name in the title 10 times, and I noticed you changed it. I ain't gonna say why, but you know why. You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, all I heard was a little bit of y'all build yesterday, and I heard him say that the ancestors guided him to the information and all this. I was like, oh, yeah, you on some funny shit, man. I said, well, I'm gonna hit you up later, man. Whatever, whoop de whoop. So I ain't never hit his ass back up, but I was gonna stop by, Columbia at the little lecture he was gonna do about gun violence, because that's something that we all should be speaking up on in our communities, man, because too many tragic incidents is happening amongst our young brothers and sisters, man. That's the foundation that which we gotta build on, you know what I'm saying, and set futures with, and we can't do it when they get took off, you know what I'm saying, by large numbers every week. You see what I'm saying? So let's try to put that high vibes in the frequencies. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. What everybody good? What's going on? A1, you sweet? Everybody good? Chief, everybody good? Yeah, that's what it do, man. Jag, I don't know if your I ain't still on mute, but what it do, big bro? But yeah, man, we had a blast, man. So yeah, I try to hit up with Al TV. I think he got busy. He didn't get to come through. But man, all these niggas goof ass, man. All that whole Dagger Squad goof ass shit. This nigga talking with the thickest goddamn Jamaican accent, but can't speak no African. This nigga got land in Jamaica, but ain't got bought a goddamn piece of property in Africa. Come on, man, stop playing.
Who
Stop
that guard?
playing.
Who? He got land in Jamaica.
Yeah, so stop playing. He didn't stop playing. Where your fucking land at in Africa, nigga? Excuse my French. Right?
Bro, to go to Africa, bro, you got to get injections and shit. You got to get vaccinations, bro. Ain't nobody going over there just to be going over there.
Have a He gonna have to wait a month. You gotta take 4 different shots, maybe even 7, and he gonna have to wait a whole week for the shit to run his course. He gonna be sick for a week just trying to go to Africa. Got me out about it. I ain't going. I ain't going. I ain't got time to get got.
Right.
They hungry and they want to eat. I ain't got time to be going over there trying to chill, help them people, and they hungry trying to eat an Aboriginal. You see what I'm saying? We ain't got time for that cannibal shit. No Curious George monkey shit. Excuse my friend.
That's the thing. But like I said, man, you don't want to be a citizen of nothing. You want to be the national. You are the owner of the land. The United States is occupying your territory. I just like, if I come to your house and open up a restaurant in your house, who owns the restaurant? I own it, but I gotta be paying you tithes and shit. But if you think you're African, then you can't get you can't get none of it. And like I said,
right.
that's the but look, that's the more remarkable thing. Think of it like this from this perspective, right? Yo, we done been hung, we done been declassified, we done been shot, killed, murdered, lynched, everything. And we're still fucking here. But you got immigrants that will leave their country where they have a bunch of food just to come here for an iPhone or just to go to Disney World. I'm an American. No, you're not. You're a United States citizen.
They treat us like dummies.
That's right.
We build a damn house. We furnish the house. We do the landscaping on the house, but we still got to pay some random motherfucker who live down the block and he ain't had shit to do with the building of my house. That's what we dealing with. We dealing with getting pimped, man. We getting pimped by some foreigners, man. And we sitting here acting like it's cool. We comfortable in the goddamn positions that we in, which is next to a rock. It's pathetic, man. We got to start getting out of our comfort zone. Because this move and trying to strengthen our people and bringing them out of their positions is not going to be a comfortable job. It's not going to be a comfortable situation. It's going to be parts where you ain't even going to want to do this shit no more.
But you know what, though? It starts with you. It don't start with nobody. Yo, you got to get your house in order before. You cannot force feed these hard-headed Negroes, man.
That's a fact.
And not. You got to get your family in order. Your family come first. So you can't be sitting here worrying about nobody. Motherfucker don't sit there and get it. If I sit there and explain to you and show you, they had Indian slaves from 1492 to 1880. They sent millions of us out of here. But what if Africans they brought here? What if the people here looked like Africans, you knucklehead? What if they telling you that the people from here, they're telling you was the shit that listen, bro. Let me say this, right? This shit right here sometimes confuses me. And I'm a conscious one. I had to really sit back and really look at it, so I won't think that I'm fucking crazy, okay? Because every time you see the word slave, you automatically the word slave is an African, right? Every time you see the word Negro, you automatically think that the word Negro is an African. But till you start studying people like Samuel Morrison that tell you the physiognomy of the Indians, the physiognomy of the Negro, saying that they are one of the two. I mean, one of the same. Now, I said, hold up. So the Indians was Africans? No, the Indians wasn't even Indians. They was Aborigines of different territories and different tribes. So you got to first understand that we're not Indians. Second, what we got to understand is this. They already told you. Think of it like this, right? Think of it like this, right, people? Look. Their number one thing was to do what? Colonize you. We read that when I did the 4th of July video. You heard They wanted to colonize you and take the land and get you to assimilate into European culture. Columbus also said the same thing, right? Now, look, that's one thing. One thing they wanted to do was get you to convert into European way. Because understand this, right? If you don't convert into European way, then you don't have nothing. The European don't have nothing that you want. So therefore, he's basically he's nondescript on your land.
Facts.
So
Mentally,
what do he got? What do he got to offer me if I don't want nothing you got? If I got everything, I got the food, I got the land, I got the manpower, I know how to build shit. What the fuck can you offer me? Oh,
a
you can
fake
offer
ass
me
drink, man. He
fire sticks.
mentally fucking our people, man. And now we dealing with trying to recover this shit. It's passed down, man. They know this shit affects our people, man, in a longer term generation. This shit is passed on from memory cells. This goddamn fear, this damn to being comfortable in our position. This shit is like, you know, dealing with a form of post-traumatic slave syndrome or stress or some type of shit, man. Like, god damn, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, new
And they and what they doing, and what we don't understand is they don't really committed an act of war.
Chief. Oh, I'm gonna tell Chief the mic.
They literally done her wiped us off, bro. We could have been in a damn museum 10 years from now in a rubber form. Talking about these used to be the people of America.
Mm-hmm. No, they did wipe us out. They did wipe us
we
out.
almost wiped out, but we on the uprise. We on the uprise.
I mean, no, but listen, I'm just saying they did wipe us out because even though you still got people who still don't know, you got people who hang around us, bro. Listen, you got people, and I'm not saying no names, people who hang around us who still don't understand that they Aboriginal. They say, "Oh, my mother was Native and my father was black." The fuck you mean your father was black? Don't you know that anytime you see that word black is declassifying you from you being a fucking Aborigine, man? Why you think it don't, why do you think ain't nobody else classified as black? The word black is civitin motus, meaning you are dead in the eyes of civic. I just read to you the Dred Scott case and what they would tell you will never be. They said you will never be a United States citizen. So then they try to give you the 14th Amendment, with the 14th Amendment was never properly ratified because only 21 states voted yay when you needed 28 states voting yay. But still in all, even if 28 states did vote yay, that's still putting you under the jurisdiction. Why would you want to be under the jurisdiction? Like I said, why if I come in your house right now, right, and then convince you to buy into what I'm selling, right? Now, as long as you buy into what I'm selling, then you are under my rule. But the minute you realize, like, hold up, man, I got everything. This is my shit. The fuck I need you for? Only thing you come in here provide me is nothing. You come in here selling me a dream. And then at the same time, while you selling me the dream, you better hope that the neighbors next door buy onto what you can do and you can get them to out me. And that's what they was doing. They go to the tribe, they sell one tribe a dream, and they said, damn, I don't think they buying it. Well, let's go back and negotiate with them to see if we can get them on our side. Once you got them on your side to where you needed them, then they use you to go against the people who didn't. They say, well, so it's like this. It's just like right today, right? When you'll see something happen to a white dude, a black dude do something to a white guy, something in that order, right? And then you'll have other black people that say, man, leave him alone. Why are you doing that? Or whatever, they're trying to cape for him, right? But then at the same time, now what happens? Me and you end up fighting over him. And that's the same shit that happened here in this land. They got you to side with them, and as a result of you side with them, you gave up everything to fight for them. And after you fought for them,
they can slowly erase your ass off of the paper and then try to wipe your ass off the map.
Yeah, but they did erase you. What they did was they created a system. That's what white supremacy is all about. All the Europeans here to keep one system to where they all can agree upon, so the system must be strong. That's the reason why no matter no matter what situation they in, they always agree on it for the better whole of the group. We don't do that. We're sitting here and fucking argue each other down and don't even understand. We're still trying to explain about being Aboriginal. That's why I'm done. I'm done. I don't need to fuck them. I don't need to debate with them. I don't want to talk to none of Garfield, none of them clown. I don't want to talk to none of them. If we not gonna present this shit in front of 100 people or 200 people, I don't want to talk. I'm not wasting my time on YouTube to be debating niggas who fucking obviously is not intelligent. If we not gonna be inside of a forum to where I can present this, because what you need is this. You need anthropology evidence, which we got. We got pictures. Check. We got literature that tells you that we was here. So what do you need? What more do we need? We got anthropology telling you that there was Negro, but you'll have other people try to convince you and tell you, oh, no, they was Negroes, but there was different type of Negroes than the African Negroes. Who are you to make that determination? Who the fuck is you to make that determination?
And speaking of that too, Garfield, read an article about Louisiana. If everybody knows about Louisiana Night, they do. And Walter Nevins, he actually quotes Walter Nevins. Walter Nevins on the damn article, in the article, does not say that these people are the ancient people, and the bones that they found that they can identify with or resemble the modern day Native Americans. He actually said they look other than the modern day Native Americans. These are Negroes.
But
that's
they would
what
tell
he
you,
said.
but see what they do is this.
The hell? Garfield, come on, cuz. We're catching you up, bro. I got more.
What they do is this. They would agree that they Negroes, but they just ain't the Negro that you are. That's it. That's what they would try to convince you. Oh, yeah, they Negroes, but they just ain't look like you. You're African, though. And that's why that's when the conversation, like, you know what, bro? I'm done. I don't want to speak to you no more. It's nothing that we can talk about. You niggas are clearly retards, or you're clearly slow or something. If you don't understand, then you can call whoever you want. You call it other European, you call it other European organizations so they can tell you what you want to hear. Fuck is that? Hold up.
Yeah, that's how they doing. Telling you shit that sound good. You get your ass to shut the hell up. Don't put up no competition. Cause that's what we in. It's a fucking competition. It's the economic race. And we ain't even took off yet.
They keep moving the goalpost on us.
Right.
Every time you say something, so now a Negro ain't you. A Negro is something else. Or a Negro, come on, bro. I'm done, man. You know what, fam? You can keep your premise. You go take a 6 DNA test. Keep giving your money to them dudes, and that's what the fuck I be saying. I'm not letting no motherfucker from another country come here and tell me who the fuck I am after what my grandmother told me. You're not gonna come here and fucking disrespect my grandmother. Say, oh, your grandmother was lying. Well, I should punch you in your fucking face. And I'm saying that, and I'm saying that for real, like, for you to tell me what my grandmother was thinking, who the fuck is you to tell me that? You don't know who the fuck you are, but yeah, you want to sit here and tell me who I am. And then you barely can speak fucking English. And you come in here, you telling me, oh, well, you just because you didn't study under a few people and you didn't, and that's what they do. They come here. I mean, I'm not trying to particular say Jamaicans, period, because like I said, I rock with Jamaica. I have no problem with them. Plenty, Peter Ties, all of them. I fuck with all of them. I'm just saying particular individuals that do this, man. But and they don't have to be they could be from Africa. They don't have to just be from the Caribbean. They don't have to be from there, because you got people who coming from the Caribbean telling you we're Arawak. We've been here. And you got people coming from Haiti telling you we've been here. You know what I'm saying? You got people who coming from the regions of the world who know who the fuck they are. But you got people who coming here that's telling us we're not who we say we are, when you don't know who the fuck you are. How the fuck you want to tell me that what my grandmother told me, or the inspiration of videos, and we didn't got the research for? We didn't clearly did the research on this shit, so we clearly know what the hell is going on. But then let you tell it, oh, nah, that's not what they saying. So you're qualified to tell an anthropologist what he means. and then to bend and bounce his words and to say, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, that's why my main premise is this. Let's stick with this, okay? The word Africa, there is no Africa, because the people, there's 1,000 tribes over there. None of them was the Afri or the Afar or whatever. So let we already throw that out. Number two, we ain't none of us come from Africa. The old world is where we at now. None of us none of us came here hundreds of thousands of years or none of that goofy shit. We always been here. And none of us migrate from there. We was already here. And this is what people would try to get you to buy into. Oh yeah, you came from Africa. No, we did not. No, we did not. Why would we come from there where Africa barely can feed to sustain the people that's there? You ever see the bush? What the fuck do they eat in the bush? What can you eat out there? What the fuck grows out there that you want to be living in that area? You ever see the bush where you got the damn where the wildebeest and live at? Who the fuck would want to live in that area? What is there to eat besides killing animals?
Exactly.
I thought vegans over there. I thought the Africans was fucking vegans, but they eat animals too because they don't have abundance of food. Only the people in the Congo do, and that's what I'm saying. Even over here, bro, look, in my backyard where I'm at right now, there's fucking berries growing back there, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So, and this is supposedly in the city though, Jack. Did we supposedly in the city or the what they call the urban or the suburbs or whatever? And I got motherfucking berries growing out my backyard. And like we said, we remember when we was growing up, we used to have apple trees that grew in our backyard.
That's right, man. My man got a pomegranate tree in his yard right now, man. And it's hard to find one of them. I'm talking about right down the street.
Bro, exactly. So now how is all this shit? How is this stuff growing? How is this doing this, man? Why I know fucking plants growing out the ground in Africa to sustain people? Because Mother Earth is only going to sustain people where people supposed to be at.
That's right, man. And just like we were saying, the animals are still hurting across the lands. That's showing you signs of development. That means that the land still need to be developed. You don't have that many animals moving across the terrain, different types at one time like that. That's a sign of development, man. The ecosystem still needs to be cultivated.
Right, and that's a part, and that's ecology. It shows the relationship between the people that inhabited the land and the indigenous plant life surrounding it. It pertains to their daily life and customs. That's ecology. And if you ain't got no ecosystem that can support you, that means it wasn't ever there. They just don't disappear.
That's right. That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
When what's the nigga name? Hold on. What's the nigga name? AP. Henry what's his name?
Henry Equiano.
He tells you when they took the people from Nova Scotia to Sierra Leone that the people was over there pissed off because the land wasn't cultivated. So we talking about Mother Africa, everything grows over there. So if everything fucking grows over there, then why do they have to cultivate the land? Because if the land was naturally cultivated, it would be plants and stuff growing out the land already. The arugula grows off the fucking sidewalk where I live at. So how the fuck do arugula grows off the fucking sidewalk, but you got to train the land? Arugula grows out the damn ground. That and dandelion. So how is dandelion growing on the street right now where I can go pick the dandelion and eat it? Unless, I have to really rinse and clean it good. But for the most part, though, it's edible. So how is arugula growing here, but you ain't got shit growing there? You got people that starving, and like I said, why would you want to live where all them animals and shit at? That's the only, as big as that continent is, because half of the continent is a fucking desert.
That's right.
So you have to start thinking to yourself, well, hold up, man, hold the fuck up. So half of the continent is a desert.
46% almost. I think it's like 44, something like that. It might be a little.
Guess what? Say it is a desert. Now we got to look in the past and see if we see any kind of irrigation. Because if you find irrigation, you can jump to the conclusion that it was agriculture there in the deserts, like you see in Corral Supe. It's a desert, but they got forms and some of the oldest forms of irrigation. which led to a metropolis of agriculture and plant life in the desert.
And that's another thing. How did these niggas attach themselves to being pyramid builders when there's no pyramids in West Africa? You're from West Africa, right? So where's the pyramid at? What structures do you have? What structures do you have out there to where? What structures do you have in West Africa that we should be proud of?
They definitely make the connection between the Dogons and the Egyptians. They definitely made that stretch. That's how they had me believing that the Dogons came from the Egyptians, and the Dogons, the Olmecs came from the Dogons. That's what they call us. Well, guess what, y'all? We got to keep that in the opposite direction. Let's take that back. Take it back this direction. We are the grandparents of the world, Greg. Just call it Grandma America. You heard?
Right.
Grandpa America.
And another thing that you had said about, right, that it's even speculation from a lot of scientists and other archaeologists that claim that the Dogons are not even from Africa, because they use an acute sense of science dealing with the dwarf star that only a couple indigenous tribes had, and they're not in Africa. It's dealing with some that's the Aborigines in Australia and some of the what's the name of the people who built up this shit in Mexico? The Toltec.
The Toltec.
The Toltec. They only 3 tribes that had that acute sense of the dwarf star that did it in rituals and dances explaining it. The Dogon, the tribe in Australia, and the goddamn Toltec. That shows a tradition and custom that was passed down that obviously wasn't passed down through African cultures. It's simple.
And that's another thing, though. They was bringing people here. They wasn't bringing all of one tribe of people. And even if they, from my understanding, even when I was studying that they were snatching so-called Africans from the coastland, right? They was only snatching 2 or 3 people from different tribes, man. It wasn't a whole of people in which all these people had the same fucking culture. No, they try to tell you, oh, the Hopi tribe got the same as the Dogon. They do the same dance as the Dogon, whatever. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's just something similar that's similar, them similarities. The same thing they would tell you, oh, in Cuba, they got voodoo from Africa. Get the fuck out of here. We already had that here. It was already here. It did not. And that's why I gotta get away from motherfuckers. Everybody think everything comes from Africa. They'll tell you that quick, and then they would say, oh, well, man, and then that gets me.
I mean, but here's the thing, though. Why doesn't electricity come from? Why doesn't all the inventions that we created in America come from Africa? Why?
Because you know why?
I mean, when we talk about some of the people like the Portuguese, the Nigerians say they came from Portugal. You know what I'm saying? So when you start talking about this, what's going on? You know what I mean? So yeah, we got to put that together, man.
Bro, that right there, bro. That right there is the most wildest shit, bro, I ever heard. I had no idea the Nigerians even came or even have a story to where I would even understand that shit. When Medicine Man dropped that shit, I said, God damn, I said, this is some new shit. I said, yo, you heard it here first. And that go to show you why, the Igbo and all, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Man, listen, everything started here. And like I said, and then you got to even we got to start really looking into whether or not, like, them other people was in them areas too. Because when you start looking at the original Chinese, the Japanese people had dreadlock. And you start thinking yourself, well, hold the fuck up, man. Maybe shit did start here, and people started, when they tell you the Bering Strait shit, maybe people left here and crossed the Bering Strait to go to Asia. Maybe that shit would have for the ice, because remember, America wasn't always frozen. It was an ice age in which took place. So even when we talk about the Bering Strait and all that, that shit might have happened in reverse. It might have been black people from here that went to that region, and because of that region, they went there because, and also, man, this, right? The Asian people that's there, you got to start asking, so where did these people with this straight hair come from? Because they didn't come from us. So where did they come from? How can you produce anybody with straight hair? I haven't yet to see a black person produce somebody with straight hair. So so where did these people come from? Why are these people always conspiring together? Why is when the Indians come here, all he do is kiss the white man ass, and all he want to do is be white. He want to do whatever he got to do to fit into the white man, and that's not just not.
Oh, that reminds me. Shout out to Duke Tears, man. I wanted to ask your opinion about something. Like he said, if you classify yourself, let's just say on the 2020 census as a Moorish American, that will put you in the classification as white. Now, what do you have to say about that? And also, do you think if we classify ourselves as anything other than say African American, like say if it was even in the Native American column, right? Would that put us out of the black category and put us in the white category?
Yeah, white means owner of the land, but we think that because we done been so brainwashed and mind fucked, we done been still, man, and it's sad, bro, because our people, man, you gotta really say, man, our people is mentally touched, man, because we done been, even when somebody presents something to you that basically clears up everything, we know no such people are white. So it had to be a status. White means purity of the land. As long as you perceive these people as being the owner of the land, you're not going to never say nothing because you think you're African. So I just told you the word American originally applied to the Aborigines, but now applied to descendants born in America. And not just descendants born in America, everybody and their mother that's born in America think they're American. But you know who the people who got to clear that up? Us. You gotta be the one to say, "Hold, Chief, you're not, my man, you're not an American. Who told you that? Oh, they ain't lied to you, homeboy. You ain't no fucking American. Where your family from? Well, that's what you are. You're not gonna come here and steal my land or steal what I am and claim to be that. You ain't got no right to do that. That shit is disrespect." And then you start asking, so, well, who was the one that told you that you can be an American, even though that your family, you are first generation Indian? Who told you that it was okay for you to say you're American? The white man told me that. The white man's not American, so how can he tell you that you are American? How? It says original Aborigines or copper color races. What do Aborigine means? First inhabitant, from the beginning, from the earliest time. So if you're not that, then how can you be American? How can you keep changing these words? Because these words are spells to which we can switch them around to fit whatever narrative that we want to make them fit, and therefore you are basically up under them terms. And that's what these people do. Motherfuckers say, people be pissed at me, boy. What? Boy, when I be working, motherfucker be like, where you from? They said, I was born here. So I said, where are you then? He said, I'm American. No, you're not. You're a United States citizen. They can't understand it. Your mother sold your ass out, bro. You a fucking employee to a corporation that's the 10 by 10 square miles of Washington, D.C., motherfucker. That's all you are. How you an American? It says originally applied to the Aborigines. Let's stop there. That's one clue. Are you an Aborigine? Are you from the beginning? Are you first inhabitant? So how can you be an American? Are copper color races? Are you the copper color races? No, you're not. So how can you be an American? Oh, the white man told me I'm an American. That go to show you that you got to get away from them people, because them people that's telling you that go to show you how doctrinated they are. And them people will hurt you if it came down to you and them. They will hurt you. They will hurt you. And that's why I call them people every chance I get. Every chance I get, you're not no American. No, you're not. No, you know who gave you, who told the people of the land didn't even tell you that, but they tell you you're African. They make you think that you are the foreigner. They tell you, oh, I'm original. Exactly. No, but that just any of them come here. I was born here. So how did that make you an American? We just told you what the word American means. Originally applied to, are you an Aborigine? Okay, are you copper color? No, so you're not an American. You are part
Listen,
and
the reason I
parcel.
ask them where they from because I know that they ass ain't here from around here, and they know that they ass ain't from around here. That's the reason I'm asking you where you from. You from
Mm-hmm.
India? You from Morocco? You from Africa? You from Europe? That's why I'm asking your ass that because we know that your ass ain't here. So when
Yup.
you hear a dark copper color brother asking your monkey ass immigrants where y'all from, it's because we already know the answer. We want to see if you're gonna lie. That's
Yup.
all. That's
But
all.
that's why the corporation put them in front of you because they are willing participants in this fucking experiment. You willing participants, so therefore you can't get nothing. That's why you have to claim that you're the owner of the land. So by you being the owner of the land changes everything, and that makes like, hold up, man. You're not no American. I'm the American. I'm the copper color racist found here by Europeans. So if the Europeans found the Americans here, how can the Europeans be American? Because the same way the Europeans are Australians, the same way you got Russell Crowe saying he's an Australian. Who did the Australians allow you to come there? No, you only there because you didn't create a genocide and killed them. So how the fuck could you claim to be? Yo, that's why I say shit like that make me so mad, bro. You sit there and say, well, hold up, man. How the fuck are you an Australian when your ancestors came there and killed and created genocide, committed genocide against these people? So you feel comfortable by stating that you are that on which your people destroyed? Like you people are fucking sick, man. Ain't nothing but a bunch of sick motherfuckers, man. It's like I told you, they could charge you for land. Nobody ever told you that you own no land. Did God or whatever the Most High or whatever entity that governs this universe, did he tell you that you can have dominion over people? No, he didn't tell you can have dominion over people. But just you got your ego is that big to where you because like I said, it's not. See, look, you gotta understand something, right? It's a matter of life and death, and that's what Francis Crance Wilson talks about. It's about how does she always say that? Genetic annihilation. So she's basically saying that because they don't have no food in Europe, they had to come to a new land where there's abundance. That's why they show you the cornucopia. That's why they always put the cornucopia. The cornucopia mean abundance. That's why they always show you the basket with the fruits and all that shit coming out. They got that shit on the U.S. Marshal building. Why? Why would they have a cornucopia with a fucking bow and arrow on the U.S. Marshal building? Why? Because it's abundance. These motherfuckers was eating each other. They was putting babies on salt, cutting them up, putting steak sauce on them. And then fucking they come here and we got fucking like Noble Drew Ali said, when European go back, he said the grapes gonna grow to the size of fucking plums or whatever. They destroyed the atmosphere, and that's why even yesterday I was reading some shit about it's supposed to be a tsunami on the coast in California, right? So you know it's a lot of Asians. Don't bring your asses to Norfolk. Don't bring your asses over here. You better take your asses back to your country. Don't come further inland. If your land gonna be and that's another thing I don't like. If Chinese people destroy China, you shouldn't be allowed to go nowhere else and destroy no other parts of the world. That should automatically be war. I see you on my land, you destroy your land, we gonna off you. It ain't gonna be no, you just gonna come wherever you want to come and destroy our land. No. And that's what's happening now. The earth is rejecting these motherfuckers, and the earth gonna start destroying people. And that's how it's gonna be, because do you think the earth is a living organism? They got plastic floating out in the damn in the damn fucking ocean the size of fucking New York City.
Word.
And you think we gonna go another 200 years like this?
Megatons of oil and shit.
You understand what I'm saying? And these people just they don't have no connection. And then you got a few of them that want to come along and try to act like, oh, we're trying to save the dolphins. We're trying to save them. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, like I said, this shit pisses me off, bro. And I don't give a fuck who listening. I don't care how they interpret it. How they interpret it. It is what it is, man. Your motherfuckers go up to the Great Lakes, steal all the fucking water, bottle up, and sell it back to you. And then, like I said, because you got other immigrants that come here that fall along with that shit, then you supposed to do it. Oh, I see them doing. He's an immigrant. My people been here. Your people just got here. So you have to do what these people tell you to do. These people are occupying my motherfucking land. So I'm not me and you are not the same. I don't care how you take it. I don't care how you take it. We are not the same. My people stood here, fought. We fought for right. How the fuck we been fighting for jobs and for better living situations when these motherfuckers, then they make a law. Then they make an act, the Immigration Act of 1965. Why would you send immigrants here when we just finally got our stake in what y'all people owe us? But now you want to bring immigrants in. That's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit. And black people back then, they should have fucking peeped that shit out. Like, hold up, man. So now you want to bring immigrants over here? After we barely got our feet in the soil, now you're gonna bring them over here, and then at the same time, like I said, what did the article, what I just said, do? They said they use you as the economical gain. They put drugs in your community, and you was the biggest seller. Under this, right? I came up in the 80s, bro. If it wasn't for the drug trade, America would not be what it is now. The trade is what made America what it is now, because the number one thing on the GDP, gross domestic product is drugs, and the second thing on there is your promise to go to take your ass to work in the morning. That's it. Right. Human capital, human labor, and nothing can compete with labor. Labor is an indispensable need. You need labor. And what did they do? They enslaved your people as prisoners of war for the first 200 years, and they had free fucking labor. And then you see these bastards fucking sitting on children head. Like, man, nigga just came and took a gun and blew his fucking brains out. How the fuck you gonna sit on or put your feet on a fucking child? Fucking devil. And like I said, and I go for all of them, because like I said, all people is illegitimate. All people on this land, if you're not here naturally, you are a fucking illegal immigrant. Because if you never asked the people who was here, could you come here, then what do that make you? You here with the people who done destroyed them.
That's right.
So like I said, man, I digress, man, but when you really look at it for what it is, if you're going to be out the matrix, you got to be out the matrix, bro. You got to look at the whole matrix for what it is. How do anybody can motherfucker tell you, oh, well, you can't park there. Excuse me? You own this? Oh, no, you got the biggest gun. Oh, you got guns bigger than me. Okay, all right, I get it. That's the only reason you can do it. You can only do it because you then came together, and because of, remember, they got the fucking trust. They got your trust, in which they allow people to come here, and they allow people to take over these states and these fucking municipalities and tell you, oh, no, you can't park. I have an unalienable right to do whatever the fuck I want to do here, as long as I do not breach the peace. As long as I do not breach the peace, bro. You do not own shit here. You are not, you maintaining it, but you maintaining it for me. I'm the owner of the land. That's you right. Maintain it for me. You ain't maintaining it for them. I'm the owner of the land. Who the fuck told you that you can, like I said, who told you that you can fucking go take the water out the fucking lakes and sell it, fucking devils? You don't own nothing on this land. So how the fuck you coming here taking everything? And then everything is commerce. Everything is for sale. Everything. If they invent something, or they find, like I said, if they find a tribe of ants that can break dance, they're gonna market that shit. They're gonna market that. They market anything can make money or make capital. That's why you always see these Europeans with these businesses and whatever, because that's what they here to do. They here to say, well, they here to take whatever. Because where they from, they don't have shit. That's the reason why they came here. They came here because after the Moors left Europe or whatever, they didn't have the resources in which they was bringing in and out. That's all the trades and all that shit was. So what they had to do was go around the world and look for the stuff in which they didn't have. And when they found it, they took it and they tried to keep it and market it and sell it back to you. And now to this day, you're the biggest fucking customer, man. And like I said, man, this video right here is brought to you by Culture Freedom, Hitting Cultures of America. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man, if you can, send your boy a donation so we can get this shit out. I told you I already bought a piece of equipment yesterday. I'm trying to get me one more camera with a what's the name of with one of them pods like I sitting on or whatever. And also, man, go to my channel, man, and cop yourself a shirt, bro, or whatever, man. I'm saying that would be greatly appreciated, man. You know what I'm saying? What we got? We got 132 people, man. I know somebody can be generous and go to the site and cop yourself a nice t-shirt. So like I said, man, this information is real, bro. I'm not getting shit from YouTube. YouTube done demonetized my channel, but I never started this for money. I don't give a fuck. I didn't start this for money. I started this for the love from people to get this information out. But I was getting paid somewhat from YouTube, but it ain't really about getting paid. So like I said, the donations go towards my the documentary, and the shirts that I sell go towards me trying to take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's just one of the little hustles in which I can do. If you can't afford it, take care of your family, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not mandatory you gotta buy anything or whatever. You know, you come here, you come to the channel, you listen to it. I'm grateful for that. I ain't trying to, like I said, at the end of the day, my people is my people. I done been a scavenger. I done been out there selling drugs. I done been out there doing things in which, you know, I was programmed by this fucking European society or this predator society in which that tells you that as long as the American dream is basically creating something out of thin air or taking some of the resources that you find on this planet and selling it back to the people. But when we do it, we go to jail. You sell drugs, you go to jail. The white man sell drugs, he get protected by his other system. He get protected by the same system that burns and fries your ass. The same judges that you go in front of when the white man or when these fucking politicians get caught selling drugs, nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them, but they will sit there and throw your ass in jail for decades or whatever. When the motherfuckers who bringing in the real drugs nothing happen to them. Well, like I said, man, wake the fuck up, people, man, because y'all motherfuckers is crazy, man.
Word, man, and I'm just gonna make another good announcement, man. No more entertaining these frauds, man. Let's not go to their channels. Like you say, we ain't gonna even mention their names too much. And if they do come in contact with them, you ask them what they ain't told us to ask them. Where's your national African ID card? How about that? Because we starting our own thing. We our own people right now. Right now, what we doing, we are forming a government because it starts with the mind. And then once we put our bodies together, we're gonna create the soul and the core of our people. And then we can move beyond that. Once we get the numbers up like we're supposed to, as you share these videos, cop the A1 apparel so people can see what the movement is like and what we trying to represent. And everybody else platform, Tribe Up app. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get some colognes and stuff flowing for the smell good, some herbs. You know what I'm saying? Do some teas and stuff myself, man. And this is what it's about. You know, we're gonna start doing more of promotion of our people and what we building. Forget these foreigners who are not trying to help us. If they ain't trying to help us stand for the land, they ain't no man. Jaguar old man.
That's right. And that he right. And that's what I'm saying. The same way we got to sell out North American Negroes, you got to sell out people from the Caribbean, you got to sell out people from Africa, you got to sell out people from everywhere. And like I said, it's like we got Aborigines here that sold us out here. You have other people that come from other places that look just like you that sell you out too. So I'm not never going to say, well, oh, because this person from there that he ain't. No. If our own people would go to the heist trade for trinkets, what you think I think about other people? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, you know, some of these other countries, man, brothers and sisters is poor. And, you know, some of the brothers that do come here, they come here to go to school. And then you got a lot of people who go back to their country to go help their country out.
That's right.
But then you got some people who can't do it. Like, I understand. Like, I know a few people from Haiti. Haiti, like, some people say Haiti is messed up. Some people say it's not. But for the most part, we already know the infrastructure over there. We already know the politics, how predatorial they are. I mean, how they are predators amongst each other. So they doing all types of shit. Or who the fuck want to be over there? Or whatever. And you have an opportunity to get out and get your mind together. And like I said, anybody who going through oppression like that, and they need to get up out of there to come to a better place where they can benefit from it, kudos to them. But don't come here telling us who the fuck we are when you trying to find out who the hell you are. You think you're African. None of these other people and none of these other islands, from you got Dominica all the way down by San Croix, St. Thomas. None of these people say that they're Africans. But it's just ironic that we have. But why is that? Why would they tell you? Because understand, everything here that all these people come here for is yours. So therefore, they gotta convince you that you're not from here. Because you start saying, hold up, man, from this land, bro. Okay, then people gonna start looking at you sideways because they know that the gig is almost up. The gig is almost up. It ain't well, no. The gig is almost up, bro. And you know it, and we know it. You know it, and we know it. You understand? And that's what I'm saying. Even if it go through the hands of the fucking Asians, I don't want no fucking Chinese people ruling no more than I want no white man ruling. Or whatever. You think, the Chinese ruling, you think that's a step up? You don't see what the Chinese do to your ass? They might not be as violent as the Europeans, but guess what? They can be violent. You see the video with the little girl working inside the fried fish market? How the fuck you got Chinese or Asians coming over here selling fish or whatever? Which is that's your shit. That's your shit. Why is they over here buying soul food, and then you got black people in there seeing what this motherfucker did to that young black lady and still spending money with them? That right there would have just had me like, nah, I'm good. I'm good with my word. I would have been up out of here. Then I would have came back the next day and put them out of business. We'd have been outside to where, no. We don't want them in our neighborhood no more. They got to go. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They got to go. We don't want them in our neighborhood no more. But you ain't strong like that because we on drugs and shit. You want to be a pill head, or you want to be this, that, and the third. Or you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to be this type of person, but at the end of the day, you ain't got no say so over shit because you can't control your mind state. So, like I said, man, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit, I used to be a weed head. I mean, and shit, I still love weed. But I had to calm down, I had to stop smoking that shit for a minute so I can get my mind right or whatever. Because sometimes you got to get yourself together as a person. Never mind who doing what. You got to think about yourself. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for A1. That's when I'm doing it. Okay, yeah, I see motherfucker got a spliff the size of a car outside smoking. That's wonderful. But I got to do this shit for me. So I have to self-law and master. Okay, that means that's a real acronym, whether you want to use it or you don't want to use it. I happen to use it sometimes. I, meaning me, attention this one, self, myself, I choose to master myself. You understand? I choose to master myself. I choose to live upon laws in which I created to where I can live amongst my fellow human beings or whatever, and be, and you know what I'm saying, and be a peaceful individual, man. You know what I'm saying? I talk to people of all walks and all lives, man. I was in there today. I had to go handle some business, man. Me and this sheriff officer, man, me and him had a wonderful conversation. I think he was Spanish or whatever, though. But you know, I constantly build with people, man, and that's what this whole life shit is about, though. But everything ain't for everybody. Everybody don't fall or don't overstand the situation with us being Aborigines. They told that we African. And they stand on that shit. They stand on that adamantly. Oh, you know, you're African. You're African. You're African. You're African. You're African. And that's what it is. If all life started in African, then what does that make you? But all life didn't start in Africa, it started in the Americas. So pretty much what it is, man, for the night, man. Cause these, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, we got 136 people watching, man. Shout out to all the Aborigines, man. Let me go through the chat real quick, see who's in the chat and whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the brothers and sisters coming through all the time. Always appreciate the brothers and sisters coming through, man. Let me see who's in here. All right, I see Cena Miles, peace, sis. I see Killer White Supremacy and Coon. Oh, you know what? This shit moving too fast. I gotta go all the way to the top, man. It should be moving too fast sometime. Let me go get cop, get some of this shit out the way. All right, yeah, we got Aboriginal Wolf, Lone Wolf. We got Bruce Durham. We got The Truth. We got Hype View. We got Killer of White Supremacy and motherfucking Coons, my nigga. We got Rio Ricardo, peace. We got Ghost. We got Dak Hazen. Dak Hazen. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to butcher your name, my brother, but you already know how I be doing, man. Absolutely. Well, I see Jag. We got Jag on the panel, so I ain't peace Jag anyway though. Who else we got? Kiowa, peace, my brother. James Gilmore. Who else we got? We got Aboriginal American Alicia, peace, sis. A New Breed. See what else we got. We got Johnny Chavo, peace, my brother. We got Highlights, peace, my brother. We got Original Copper Empress. Hey, sis, Halito. Like I said, Cena Miles. How you been, sis? I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm born here. Indeed. I'm born here too. Peace. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know what? I'm a little bit more than born here. I'm part and pro-cell to the damn soil. I am America. Lee Law. What's that? Lee Law. Peace. What else we got? Ron Redbird, peace, my brother. As usual. Let me see what else we got up in here. Rainstorm, peace. Super Instinct, peace. I think somebody said Carl. Well, my brother Carl. I know Carl is up in here. My brother Libra Sun, peace. Let me see where you at. I know Carl up in here tonight. The Truth. I don't know if I said The Truth. Lincoln One, Ayash, peace. What else we got? Let me see. Oh, Laney on 5813. What's up, sis? How you been? Peace, sis. My brother, nonetheless, bro. This is a fucking crime scene, okay? And we gotta treat it accordingly, man. So when we trying to figure this shit out, make sure you don't put your fingerprints and fucking and how they say that I forgot the word, man. I've been building so much tonight. Whatever, y'all know what the hell I mean. We got Bobby Mugabe. Mugabe. Peace, my brother. We got D.O.T. Peace. We got Lady Cha-Cha. Peace. I ain't seen Sister Warrior. Where the hell is Sister Warrior at? I ain't see Sister Warrior in a minute. Philip Davis, peace, my brother. What else we got? Did I get everybody? Make sure I got everybody. And for the most part, I believe I got everybody. Philip Davis, peace, my brother. Black Rulership, peace. I think I said Highlights. If I didn't, peace, my brother. Highlights. Yeah, you're right, man. Fuck the Dagger Squad. Them niggas is a bunch of frauds, man. Garfield need to take his ass somewhere and go back and play Calypso and shit.
That's right, man.
You know, talk, but Yeah, man. Definitely shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the brother Jaguar Omek. Shout out to the AP Power. Shout out to my brother Chief Holiday.
Yeah, brother. It's always a pleasure being on your platform, brother. You know what I'm saying? We just here to work, show the people that big heavy hitters dealing with us can always come together and drop flame for you guys with cohesiveness and no animosity, no ego shoving, just real building like family supposed to build. Straight up.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Where the hell Chief Holiday at?
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
right
I'm
there.
Chief
right
right
here.
here.
Yeah.
Chief,
It kicked me out a
Chief,
couple times. I can't right back. Shout out to the
Chief.
family, man. Peace to the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Tribe up, die out. Please
That's right.
go subscribe to it, man. You know, we're trying to do our own thing, man. We're trying to be Facebook over here, man. Create jobs, create opportunities, create revenue, create industry, institutions for ourselves that are not beholden to anybody else, that are not connected to any oaths and crowns and any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So what you see here is Spokane, you know what I'm saying? And what you see in the chariot is all great ones, man, you know what I'm saying? All leaders, and that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking for followers. We're not looking for leaders to be leaders in their community, leaders in their family, stuff like that, man. So
You know what? And that's what happened though, Chief. You'll end up trying to prove your point to somebody so much to where you'll find yourself trying to like beg these motherfuckers to listen to you. I ain't begging, we ain't begging nobody, man, because at the end of the day, we done did too many videos, and at this point in time, I don't need no. And you know what they say insanity is? Insanity
they want
is
something over
keep
and over.
trying to do things over and over again and
Right.
expecting different results, man.
That's
And
right.
this is exactly what we doing. We sit up here trying to plead the no Sinetta. Let's fuck Sinetta. Sinetta, you already know who we are. And you sit up here on the
Facts.
platform, you bring James, what's name? He sat up there and he was lying and shit. Like, and now fuck that. You guys gotta call the elder out. Cause the elder sat there and said that he knew we was Aborigine, but he didn't want to say nothing and shit. So you lied to us until we was Africans. And then now I just seen him do another video talk about, you know how they always be having these little African say and all this other shit that these motherfuckers be, yo, they, like I said, man, today we on the old world. We need to return to the ancient ones, you know what I'm saying, and wake the fuck up. You know who you are. Your family told you who you are. The pictures show you. I don't even show y'all none of these bastards. I don't show y'all none of them mongoloids and put no black face next to the mongoloid because nobody in my family looked like them. Look, like this picture. Let me show y'all something real quick. I don't know if you can see this. You see this picture right here? Can y'all see this picture? Fellas, can y'all see this?
Nah, I don't see nothing
Let me
right
see.
now. Not right now.
No, I don't see nothing, A1.
I don't see no. Hold up, man. What the fuck is going on? Oh, you know what? I ain't pressing my back. Look right here. See this? Can you see it?
Nah, I don't see
Yeah, you
nothing.
good now. I see
Oh
it.
yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. My bad.
You got somebody in your family that look like that?
Say
Huh?
what?
Do you have anybody in your family that look like this motherfucker right here?
Which one? I don't see which one you clicking on.
Oh shit! You know what? Let me go back. Hold up. I ain't. You know what? It's showing that. Hold up.
You
Let me
might
see
be
something real.
using the applicant. The
I
applicant.
am. That's exactly what I'm doing. Because I don't like to share my shit, but I'm gonna have to just so y'all can see that. Let me go back out. We can go back here. Y'all can see this right here, right? Can you see it now?
I don't have anybody in my family that look
That
like
look
that.
like nobody in your family
Me
look like
neither.
that, right?
Me
Nah,
neither.
nobody.
Uh,
I ain't got nobody in my family look like it neither.
now
Not
look at these
even
Indians
my
right here.
nigga.
Look at these Indians right here. I got people in my family that look like
Yeah,
Chief Warhorse right here.
that's what my mama
Yeah.
looked like, Chief Warhorse.
What about down here? What about Melinda Lawson? What about these people right here?
Yeah,
Even
Melinda Lawson look like my great granny. Real talk.
no, that's what I'm trying to say. So even when you go down there, but what they do is now even right here, right? We do see some mulattoes in here. We see a few of them. But you see Aborigines, you could tell a lot of these people is mixed because what happened is the white people that mixed in with them. And we don't even understand that. And that's how a lot of our family members is like this right here like somebody in my family. But for the most part, what happened is when you got the civilized tribes and these motherfuckers that was mixing in, they was sitting in there giving you the oppression that them was the so-called Indian. Now look, you see this here? See this? Now you see the white women. It's a white woman, identifiable white woman. You see another one behind here. That's probably the only white women I see here. Boom. But we know that some of these probably is her children. But look at this brother right here in the middle. This
Yeah,
nigga
on
look
the
just
right.
like my uncle, man. The one
Yeah.
I got the census running around with the feather crown on. This nigga look like my uncle. But see, what happened is they was adopting some of these lighter skinned people into the tribe. And then you see this little black girl right here? Huh? And the grandmother right here?
Zoom in on it for us.
Right here. I don't know if you can share it, but right here. They would tell her, oh, she's got African descent in him. He obviously must be a chief. This is a Negro. And like I said, this is what they were doing. They were sitting there playing around with it.
You say here African descendant.
I mean, no, damn, did I say African? I mean, I didn't mean to say that. If that's what I said, my bad.
Yeah, you said that, big bro. Nah, they ain't got no damn African.
You know, I ain't mean to say that shit. My bad, peoples. I didn't say that.
You good. I just make sure I catch you.
Hey, yo, but they'll say that one right there was a slave baby, though.
Huh?
They'll be like, that dark one was a slave baby.
Right here. See this? We know this white lady don't belong here.
Of course not.
You don't know what the fuck she's doing in this picture, man.
Yeah, they did kick her ass the fuck out of. They should edit her out.
These are the pink watch, okay? Today.
Yo, she in the middle too. She in the middle, yo.
Yo, see that? And she lying to people and shit.
Quanto Dolazol.
She probably the one that just so agrees with everything and just want to represent. They probably let her in the picture.
I'm not going to none of them powwows, man. Unless my own brother. I don't want to see a nigga like him at no powwow because we already know we wore feather crowns. We didn't wear none of this shit. We didn't wear none of this. We wore feather crowns. So I don't want to hear, this not our tradition right there.
Nah.
They show you. This another brother right here. Like I said, if they're gonna show you somebody, they can put him next to you, not give you these mongoloids and shit. Now look at this. This right here, the Wapanaki. This the nigga Cedric Cromwell daughter right here. I think both of these are his daughter. A nigga Aboriginal sister. But yeah, man, like I said, man, even with this shit right here, man, people got to come back. Now I know somebody in their family that look like this young lady right here.
Oh yeah.
Somebody got somebody in the family look like her. That Aborigine. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, we know she probably got European family or whatever. You know, my mother is this complexion right here. You know what I'm saying? My father very dark, but my mother was dark skinned. My mother grandmother mother was raped by a 65-year-old white man. She was 14 years old, bro. Understand? So I mean, word is bond, bro, and word is bond. Straight facts. You know what I'm saying? So I know myself. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? We
we
can't.
don't like these filthy animals around our women, man.
Yo, and first and foremost, this is another thing that should give you away too. Shouldn't there be more so-called Native Americans than us?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not even close to being, you know what I'm saying? But yo, if you ever, do any research, now one thing I do can say is, when we talk about the DNA, it's for entertainment purposes only, right? So shout out to George Lopez. He always does like the DNA thing, with his guests, you know what I'm saying, to see what they're made out of, right? Jessica Alba, Charles Barkley, Snoop Dogg. Well, guess what, y'all? George Lopez has more so-called sub-Saharan Africans in his so-called DNA than Snoop Dogg and Charles Barkley. So I just think it's interesting, y'all, because when you basically look at his makeup, they're trying to say this Native American character with that. How you come up with a mixed DNA profile? Like, y'all probably know what I'm saying? Like, you can make a mulatto a DNA profile now. That's a Native American or this, that, and the third. So whenever you see that or whatever, it goes back to what the oldest bones, and therefore coming more into the modern times, are of Negroid people. So that DNA would be there, so-called Native American DNA would be there, you know what I'm saying, before the European came in. So that's what you would call an Aborigine. Then a European would come and create a mestizo. So that would be what George Lopez would be, and all the other mestizos or mixed people or mulattoes that you see in the reservations, as well as anywhere else that you see them. That's just a fact. I'm not no Bering Strait crossing, no magical nothing. Because you can't even say Asians, because Asians are products of the same process, the same mixture. White people made another tribe of people, period.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And look,
That's all that's it.
You see these people right here in the back, these crackers. I'm not going to no powwow scene. I don't want to go to no powwow scene, no white people, because you're inorganic to this land. You know what I'm saying? Now check this out, right? What you were just saying, right? Think of it like this, right? We just basically said they already told you that the Aborigines got the names Lyons, Jones, Jackson, Edwards, etc. All of the last names in which we got. What did they tell you? What was their plan to come here? Their plan was to get you to assimilate under the European rule. So being under European rule is giving you European names, which some of these names aren't European names. They just changed it. But nonetheless, though, by you having their surname or you having their so-called, you know what I'm saying, you're under their rule. So now ask yourself this question, right? If they had slaves, or if they was coming in contact with people from the you figure the first colony was 1585 in Virginia, from 1585 until 1888. That's almost 300 years, right? Now they try to tell you 400 years, right? But count Jim Crow. Jim Crow would be 400 years, right? But understand this, right? Understand this. If they was coming in contact with them people wouldn't even know who they are no more, because all of them would be conquered. It's so much of a small number of them, they wouldn't even remember that they was fucking Indians. You don't see no Native American walking around who don't know who they are. Do you? Do you see a Native American walking around that don't know who they are? Because like you want to even think they're Latino, or you going to even think that they have some Asian descent. When you see that last name, you be like, yo, where you from? Oh, I'm from here, or whatever. Where your family from? Oh, my family from here. And they don't even know who they are. And that's how this shit go on and on and on. You see this picture right here? I go to a motherfucking powwow, I see one of them Europeans, I'm out of there, man. I don't want to be on nowhere near on the vicinities, motherfuckers. You niggas damn sure don't have the right to be calling yourself Native American. Well, you know what I'm saying? You damn sure ain't got the right to. You see this shit right here? Now look at this shit right here. Look at this shit right here. These people should be ashamed of their fucking self. You see this bastard right here? Look at this. Look how stupid this nigga look, man. What about this cracker right here? Native.
Wow.
How the fuck are you a native when you look?
That's Iron Eye Cody, son.
Bro, look, this shit could be. niggas should be getting sued, bro. You should sue this crap here. Like, you're European. No way you're Indian. No way you're
but
Indian.
check it out though. So that kind of goes along with the apology of the Pope, right? Because he talked about what all the Christian denominations, you know, what they did to the Aboriginal children here, you know what I'm saying, by taking away from their parents, putting them in schools and teaching them the ways of the settlers. You know what I'm saying? So, and you see that in the movie Rabbit Through Fence. But they got that in Australia from America, from Canada, from America. They were doing this all up and down reformatory schools. These are the name Indian schools to take. What they were trying to do is kill, literally, this is what they said, kill the Indian out of the child. That's genocide. And that's what we should be moving on when we make a move to get power.
Mm-hmm.
We need reparations for that.
You see that
we
right
need
here?
Land, we need reparations, and we need to be moving. And I want to move around this bitch like a diplomat. If you did.
That's what. But you would if you was a national. That's why I just told you. You ain't gonna move on no diplomat if you don't correct your status. You ain't just gonna tell them what you are, because then when anybody else come in contact with you, if you're telling them face to face, all right, this is what I am. But you gotta the reason of having documentations is so the documentations can precede you. So you don't have to always go to places and tell them who you are, because they'll have your documentation and say, oh, okay, all right, Chief Holiday, he's an Aboriginal. Okay, all right, he's not an African American. And if you call me an African American, then I'm going to have to sue you. I'm going to have to sue you for slander, right? Now look, check this out. It's a Coral Gillian, right? It's a Little Rock, Arkansas, between 1936 and 1938. It's a the WPA field worker Belia Sherwood. It says Coral Gillian recalled her past in the 1800s. My grandmother on my mom's side was full Cherokee. She came from North Carolina in the early day. My mother and her brother and sister were stolen from their homes in North Carolina and taken to Mississippi and sold for slaves. Now you see what these devils did? They let these devils come here, and these devils was taking your land and stealing your fucking children, and then selling your children to fucking alligators. Feeding your children.
And it's called blackbirding. It's an act of war called blackbirding.
Oh, these devils, man. These
devils. That comes from the Roman Empire, so it's just another extension of the things that they were doing, where they would take the child from one side of the Mississippi River to the other side of the Mississippi River and tell them from Africa. Now, yo, man, this shit is real, y'all. These people are extra wicked. You know what I'm saying? It's serious, yo. So.
You're right, Chief. That's what I say. You are absolutely right. You see, this brother name is Richard Lewis Simpson and Sampson. He was Pamunkey Indian. All right, you know what I'm saying? She's a young girl, Parky Major. She was Monotopony, Margaret Adams. Now look at the last names they got. You don't see no Native Americans with these last names. All right, you don't see none of them with these last names, man. We don't see none. How was they able to keep that culture? If y'all was the people of Pocahontas and all this other stuff, how was you able to keep your culture? You lying bastards, fucking lying motherfuckers, and that's how they do it. They sit there and say, "Well, how was you able to keep your culture?" Because according to the research I got, the real Indians wouldn't know who they are today, because they were shipping them up and out of here. How do you remember who you are? Oh, because the government under the feds is helping you. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how it goes, man. You see these images, they show you who you are. And like this one is a funny one right here, right? Look at the brother.
That's so funny.
Look at this brother right here. He don't even know this him right here. He think he an African. Look at his brother face. He probably be joking around all day long and shit, hiking and shit, telling jokes, but don't know that he a fucking Indian. Man, I'm an African. I know I did my DNA. And that shit be funny, bro. That's when I just that's when I be wishing Homie the Clown just come through the crowd like, move, and just start clunking motherfuckers and shit like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know no better.
That shit really kind of bad, bro. That shit really
You don't know no better, bro. You don't know no better. And let's show you right here. This is the Patak Native Americans say on the trail photo. Reference courtesy of the Smithsonian and the Natural Anthropological Archive. These are all Negroes, as you can see. It's another Negro. Maybe she could pass for fair-skinned woman.
Yeah.
There are more Negro right here. And this how this shit go, man. This shit just go on and on and on and on and on, man. And like I said, and it's wrong how they lie to you and tell you that you're not from this land so they can keep doing what the fuck they want to do on your land. And because they know, like, if the people of the land say something like, yo, man, you ain't gonna be digging or fracking in our land so you can make money for your corporation. Or your corporation get grants from the United States. All right, well, we're going to rescind. We're going to make a rescission to where you don't even have the right to do that no more. If you don't go through the people, you got no right to sell nothing because it's your land. Unless he pull out a motherfucking a grenade launcher and say, you sure about this attention? This one land, is it? You know what I'm saying? You're still going to have to stand up and say it's your land.
Word, man. These are beautiful people.
And that's how it is, my brother. That's what they do. They make sure.
I'm gonna say copper or not copper. Not copper. Copper.
Now this brother right here, huh?
That's 1906. Copper. Because yeah, we see the natives on the Native Americans, they're not copper colored people. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. Highly classification. And if you are, have to put yourself down and get that protection. Make sure that if the only thing is available for you to check should be native. American Indian. Period. And that sounds foreign to you right now. But does it sound more foreign than African American? Think about that. Africa is way over there. All your ancestors from here. Been here.
Hey, yo, ain't that Kalinago right there on the right?
Yep.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
And that's how he was able to get his status from the brother right here. From what's the name? Hummock. Now a lot of people say stay away from Hummock. Hummock got some information that you might find useful. You ain't gotta fuck with him. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go about none of his ways of doing, but he has some information that you could find useful, bro. That's how Kalinago got his thing or whatever. And I ain't mad at him because I said I used to talk to him on what's the name? I used to talk to him. A lot of people was pissed off. A lot of people was pissed off with him because of the association he had, and he was charging them $70. Negroes want everything.
We need to reach out to him so we can get an interview.
Yo, I am, bro. I am. Negroes want everything cheap, man. They want everything given to them. They don't want to pay for shit. But you'll go to work all motherfucking week and go buy some motherfucking gin from the European and shit. Go buy some fucking gin and juice or some fucking shit that's gonna hurt yourself. But you can't take a chance with your own brother because you can't get over the fact that he might that even if things don't go the way, your first thing is saying, "Oh man, I ain't gonna let this nigga get over with my money. Fuck that." But the white man come along and sell you something, you'll buy that shit with nothing. You'll get a motherfucker all your money and won't say shit. And that's how it is, man.
Right.
I'm saying these are Iowats. But your man Garfield don't know who he is. He think he an African. That's why I say he ain't even worth talking to. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know who you are, you telling how the fuck you gonna be? How you gonna? If you don't know who you are, how the fuck you gonna come here to North America and tell us who we are?
Fact.
Well, we all came from Africa. No, we knew he didn't. And then he say, so he's credible to say that Michael Cremore is a nut. So nothing Michael Cremore made is correct. Why? Because his story, because his timelines don't fit with your timelines. That's why. So yeah, man, that's pretty much what it is, man. You know, at the end of the day, man, you know, you see these brothers and sisters right here, man. And this is what they do. They lie to you, tell you all this goofy shit to where you don't know who the hell you are. And then they keep sending other agents at you that's sitting there straight arguing with you, man. And then while they arguing with you, you sitting there pissed off because you trying to convince them that they somebody, that they the same as you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, with that being said, man, people just need to really do their research, man, find out who the fuck they are, man. And like I said, if you can get in touch with some of these brothers and sisters, some information for to where you can liberate yourself, take that call, go ahead and go seek these brothers and sisters out, man. Because at the end of the day, you don't owe nobody no explanation for what you got to do to get yourself out this situation, man. You don't owe none of these niggas no explanation, man. Unless you need approval, that's something totally different. So if you need approval from certain people, yeah, I can understand that. But an explanation, you ain't gotta tell nobody nothing, nigga. I'm an Aborigine, that's it. And this is what goes on, like, you know. So let me see. That Shaka Khan was beautiful, and she young. Let's see, that's a nigga right there. So yeah, man, I mean, for the most part, people better start doing some research, man. Stop letting these goofy niggas come out here and tell you what the situation is, man, because that's all they do is come out here and mask and hide shit and have you thinking something else. So, man, I'm about to end this video, man. I'm about to go take it down. And we've been rocking out for about 3 hours, man. Shout out to everybody came through. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to AP. Shout out to my brother Chief Holiday, always in the building. Glad to see him back. He's been running around trying to chase that bag for a while, so he back. You know, healing through inspiration, peace. Ashley D, peace. I don't know who else came in, but yeah, man, definitely, man. I really appreciate the brothers and sisters coming through, like always.
All right, man. We appreciate you putting in the time, man. You give a lot out, and so compact. You know what I'm saying? But it be right on, man. You know what I'm saying? So you very well appreciated, bro. Believe that, man. If you don't, you know now. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, my what?
Yeah, that's a big fact, man. We all obliged to the brother, man. So go hit that like button, go hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell. But yeah, man. So Black Aboriginal power. You understand? We taking everything that was stolen from us, and we taking this shit right back.
That's right.
So peace A1, peace Chief, peace Jag. You already know.
What's up, man?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Shout
out to Jaguar Old Mac. Huh?
No, go on, Chief. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Jaguar Old Mac, man. Shout out to Aboriginal Power, man. Two young soldiers, man. Great scholars, master teachers, man. Young master teachers, man. Be on the lookout for these guys, man. Hey, like, subscribe to their pages, man. Jaguar Old Mac. Aboriginal Power 1 and 2. And also, you know, subscribe to my Chief Holiday page. The live is down on that, so we just started another page called Tribe Up TV. So go look up on Tribe Up. Everything hashtag Tribe Up, man. TribeUp.app. Join the nation, man. Let's get it cracking, man. Let's make history, man. Let's change the game. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Aboriginal. Shout out to Conscious one, man. Like you, man. Like you said, man. You definitely appreciate it, man. Other people appreciate it, man. We're gonna keep doing our thing, man. So big Uber to the tribe, man. We out. Uber.
Peace, man. I appreciate y'all brothers coming through, man. It will help me get through this, man. Like I said, sometime this shit, man, you definitely need like you need some type of what they call that intervention, man. After studying this history, man, you gotta seek some type of intervention, man.
Right.
Because this shit will make you go crazy, man. And like I said, even studying from the outside looking in, when you really look at when you look through, okay, we're Aborigines, but then you look at what was done to you, the situations, what was done, and then, like I said, even when you look at now, how the people who ain't supposed to be running shit is running shit and destroying shit. They ain't just running, and then they got a few fucking vegans or people running around telling them, oh, save the goats and save the rats and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want to save your ass.
Exactly.
None of these people come out when, you know what I'm saying, something happened to you, they don't want to save you. Oh, they put these Mexican kids in these fucking concentration camps. Well, guess what? They here legally. The fuck? Like what the fuck? I don't give a fuck, bro. You break in my house, whatever I'm going to do. If I choose not to spare you, I choose to spare you. But like I said, if I lock you in my basement, then that's what you deserve. Because like I said, then these kids that's coming here, now listen, man, I got kids and everything, man, but I'm keeping it 100. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about me. I'm not having no empathy because none of these people, like I said, when shit hit the fan, none of these people be out here raising no signs for you. They always say, oh, it's you to do this to us, motherfucker. They was hanging us from trees. They was having to pick a nigga. They will pick a nigga and hang him, and then cut his balls off and castrate him and give it to one of the European females. Like this shit is some type of fucking game or something, man. You understand? But you talking about you holding signs up, you done broke into a fucking country. Now you want to say, oh, well, stop doing this to us. It's not right. The fuck out of here. You broke it. And if this is the mighty motherfucking Algonquin or the Iroquois nation, you just wasn't gonna be crossing borders like that. If this was the Iroquois or the mighty Aborigine nation or the tribes that was here, you just wasn't gonna be just coming across no fucking borders at your discretion like that. I'm here now. Okay, your ass gonna be arrowed up. You're just gonna be coming crossing no fucking border. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that before the white man got here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man.
He right. Somehow A1 got knocked off, but yeah.
He was going in.
I was going off, man.
I was there laughing like a motherfucker, but I ain't gonna lie. He might hop back in though, man. It's been a good deal.
Yeah, man. It's going down, man. We're gonna put it together, man.
There you go.
Peace, try, man.
Job, and they got a system to where it benefits them. They got plenty of overtime. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that, man. And that's why I'm saying I'm only for my Aborigines and people who claim to be Aborigine. That's it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You can be Hispanic, Latino, and be Aborigine. I don't have no problem with that. At the end of the day, like there's a lot of this goofy shit that be going on with people who come here. They think these people are moral people. These people are demons, man. But they wouldn't know that because they don't study the history. Or when something do come on, talk about somebody black, they turn the channel. They don't want to sit there and watch it. But that go to show you, if you're complacent to the criminals, you part of the crime too. You part of the crime too. If you came here for an iPhone, you came here to Disney World, and you came here to fucking eat at Applebee's and McDonald's and all this other place, then you're just as guilty as these fucking devils. You're just as guilty as them. What makes you think you're not guilty? What makes you think? And then you ain't even get the approval for the people who land it is. You don't even get their approval. You don't even get, even if you think that the people on reservations are the real ones, which we know that they not. But you don't even come here and at least try to get their approval and say, look, man, I'm here. Let me go down. Let me go talk to my people. or whatever, let them know how I feel and everything. But they don't even do that. They just come here and then look at you sideways, and they don't even know who you are. They think you're a foreigner.
Word.
Yeah, they think you're a foreigner. They think that, bro. That's why you got to buy one of them fucking shirts. Let them know who the fuck you are.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can make your own shirt up if you want, but I took the time out to do it. So you represent yourself. Let them know, oh, I'm an Aborigine. So when people see that, I'm like, hold up, man, what's Aborigine? Oh, Aborigine from the beginning, earliest inhabitant. People gonna look at you like they gonna be mad. Where rock the land of the thief, home of the slave shirt. Rock that to work, and let somebody see you with that on.
That's right, man. Because if you are African and you really know the truth, and you're not over here telling the people the truth, you just as bad as the so-called pale man. And I know a lot of them Africans know, man.
Yeah, but they don't care. See, it's different. Knowing is one thing. You have to care.
Every time we talk to them, they be like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's not their job to tell us who we are." They gonna be like, "Fuck them. They lost, broken lost." That's what the one dude from Mali said. We broke and lost. So once he found out who we was, it was like a breath of fresh air. He was like, "Oh my God, I love you guys. You know what I mean? Like he wanted to hang out with us and do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to work with us and stuff. But before that, he didn't want to have no parts of us because we thought we was from Africa. I can't make it up, man. Y'all can go back and watch that video. It's up right now. I mean, it makes no sense. Like, I mean, yo. Shout out to Dan Calloway too, man. He came through, man. Go check out that video, man. Dane be dropping too many Jews, man. He break a lot of news too at the same time, man. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Todd Davis, man. Yeah, man. Get it in, man. It's all good.
That's what's up, though, man. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to thank y'all, man. Probably do another video. Hopefully, Jag and AP, y'all be available so we can finish up with this encyclopedia for the contributions and innovations made by the Aborigines. You know what I'm saying? 15,000 years, man. But yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, man, for those of y'all who can donate, please donate if you can. Please cop a t-shirt or something to wear, you know what I'm saying? Like you can represent for the people, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is for you. This ain't no FUBU. It is biased. It is forced bias, but it's not in that paradigm from the 1980s. It's a totally different paradigm. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, love and light to the Aborigines. Thank everybody for coming out. Once again, thank my brother Chief Holiday, AP Power, as well as Jaguar. Oh my, I really appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, big bro.
No doubt, my brother. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.